Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Hello, people, and welcome. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to Footy Judgment. Make sure to check out OK Jersey. I need to change that intro. It's actually horrible, in my opinion.
You know what I wanted to say?
I don't like it, bro.
You used Newcastle. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm OK Jersey. I'm retracting my offer right now. I'll be like, you know what?
But you know why he did it, Staffy, right?
Why?
Because he doesn't want to seem like I'm a United fan or I'm an Arsenal fan or I'm a Chelsea fan.
Because you know what is gonna happen if I put if I put City or if I put United, if I put anything, people are gonna say, why are you choosing that club? Why are you choosing that club?
Exactly.
So Newcastle, everyone knows that I won't support Newcastle. I don't support Newcastle, right?
Like, neither is anyone gonna buy anything from Newcastle. So OK Jersey are not happy with you, but it is what it is.
It's okay. Big up everybody that is here. Hit the like button. You guys can tell why we're late because the Frat Osam is late. Cam is late as well. So we're here and they are late. So that's why you blame them, actually. But hit the like button, people. Plenty of talking points, actually, up today. I had 2 years ago a discussion with Staffy and some Chelsea fans when actual Man United were ahead of Chelsea on the table. And I remember that particular discussion. And I said that Chelsea on the pitch, right, look better than Man United, even though Man United are hard on the table. Staffy might remember that one. We had it on probably on the football terrace or on Al Ahwa. And that is what I want to discuss. Do Man United look better than Chelsea currently? What is the ceiling for Man United this season? Yes, they won 3 games in a row. Chelsea won 2 in 5 over the last 5 games in the Premier League. We'll talk about Arsenal as well and the domination and actually the style of play of Arsenal. because all my timeline is Arsenal fans tagging old Liverpool tweets about set pieces. Each and every single tweet I see in front of me today is this, right? It's finding 2016 tweets, 2017, 19 tweets, 20, like 2020, like everything is about that. Hit that like button, and also we'll talk about, of course, Liverpool and the shambles they are, of course. Absolutely. Double A's here. Yeah, of course, Double A's here. There's a lot of Man United fans that are coming in. Here you go. You know what I mean? Lou's here. You know, Cam is here. Of course, in his dungeon, down the football dungeon, right there.
Can you put Adnan's comment? Adnan K47.
Adnan K47. Adnan AK47. As a goner, I
wonder
really
why.
liking stuff.
I was up real late. I still haven't eaten lunch.
Is that your crib? You got Nick Foles and who's that? Kawhi?
That's Kawhi, that's Lowry, that's Rooney, and then Kobe's on the end.
That's tough. I can't lie.
Actually, Shez is joining us. Maybe you can
No,
respond. I'm gonna out you, by the way. You can respond in the group chat and say you're available.
I mean, Couch.
How about some respect in the group chat? When
Couch
everyone
Roaster,
responded, and
last name was
actually,
a long
how about some respect in the group chat to tell us that you're available and you'll be like blessing us with your appearance on the channel today? How about that? How about that, Chess? How about this? How about this?
I'll improve my professionalism as best as I can.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Your Highness. Appreciate you so much.
I don't know. Shout out
you
to all the Canadians who were up till 3 a.m. last night, because basically the whole fucking country.
Big up everybody that is here. Hit the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. We're starting with actually Manchester United and Chelsea section. Actually,
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it for real. You remember 2 years ago when actually Shez will remember this. I said that Chelsea on the pitch look better than Man United, even though Man United were higher than Chelsea. And later, Man United, like they renewed Ten Hag, you won the cup or all the stuff, but Man United look shambolic. Now, I'm starting to think that Man United look better than Chelsea actually on the pitch in terms of play.
I think you were right at the time. Even I conceded. I was like, you know what? To be fair, you didn't say they look better at that time. You said they have the better trajectory. That was
yes. I said that I think that Chelsea will have better trajectory.
Yeah. And technically, you were right, because the season after we sacked our manager, went to 15th for whatever reason,
and they finished 4th.
Yeah, we improved.
So in that aspect,
even though they sacked Pochettino, I knew that. I looked at the Chelsea team and this team is going forward. It's going up, not going
because
down.
Man
United was going
backward
backward
compared to ours. I get what you said. Yeah.
And also some players were more established. Like you can tell that Caicedo is going to get better. Palmer is going to get better. Enzo Fernandez, Cucurella is going to get better.
I don't know why that was a debate.
Oh, that was a big argument, bro.
What was the rebuttal to the argument? Because that's for me.
I don't know. I was on the.
I think we did it. But we don't really need to talk about the past right now.
We did it on the football terrace, and I was like, "You're stupid. You're an idiot." I was not you, the chat. The Man United fans were like, "You're an idiot. You're stupid. We're higher than them on the table. We're definitely better." Yeah. And I'm like, "But you're not looking good on the."
Well, I know why he brought up to Cam's question is to reference the present, because he believes that in the future he's probably going to say something like, "It's the flip. It's the opposite."
I think it might be flipping. Actually, I think it might be flipping.
I knew Mo was going to go with that because he has to push his.
But Chaz, since you're here, bro,
what is after?
I've been waiting. Well, I asked Chaz a question on Sunday. He told me he was out. He had a date. He was busy. He had to watch the game back. He literally told me, "Listen, I'll get back to you." I still am waiting for the answer to my question.
Honestly, I haven't watched back that second half yet. I swear down, I haven't. But I can still answer your question the best I can. Do you get me? So I'm not gonna. So Cam, do you want to repeat the question so we can start the segment?
I want to know what's happening with this Chelsea side that was supposed to be.
No, I don't want to only talk about Chelsea. I want to actually compare Man United and Chelsea. I don't want to only talk about Chelsea.
We can talk about both. Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell you my take? And I was having this argument for 2 weeks now with my Chelsea boys in the group chat and on American Waffle and all that. I was saying that I don't think we're that far off from all the teams that are ahead of us. Then came Will. You know Will, Real Madrid fan. He said Chelsea as a squad, they're miles ahead of you guys. It's like, I don't know if they're miles ahead of us. I think that their midfield is so good that when they have one department that is that good compared to us, that we don't really have one department on the pitch that is like that highly rated, it kind of, I think it flatters them more than us. When you compare squads realistically, I don't think they're that far off us. They've been playing better than us for a large part now because of what happened last season. But if you're being honest, you look at the squads, at least on paper, and now that United are finally getting results, people now are realizing that our squad is not that far off. We have departments on the pitch, I think, that we're stronger than them, including our attack.
I think
I would say your defense. I'd say your defense, and maybe first of all, I gotta say something real quick. Big up to all the Jamaicans out there. It's gonna be a tough
big up the people
4 hours.
Yeah, we were just talking about this.
Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure that we are all putting that out there, the thoughts and prayers for those people, because it's gonna be crazy. But beyond that, I wanted to get into what Staffy is saying. Like, I mean, yeah, you guys are the form team right now. You guys are playing very, very good football. You're looking like you're understanding what Amorim wants to do. But in terms of like who is the better team overall, I mean, people have just, I mean, I don't blame you, because for the most part, people have just forgotten that, you know, Cole Palmer even exists, because he's just been out injured for so long. And he's been the focal point for our attack for the last couple of years now. We're seeing the results of not having him in the side. We just can't create any opportunities, despite having the likes of João Pedro and the likes of Enzo Fernandez, you know, Neto, all these guys, Estevao. We're still not creating enough A1 opportunities to score goals, and that's affected our overall play. But if you look at the squad pound for pound, like if you're looking at, you know, squad depth, you know, at full health, there's no question in my mind that Chelsea have the stronger side, as we should. We've spent a lot of money on that team. But, you know, I would say this.
Can we address these areas in the pitch, though? Because I do want to say this.
Let me just do an overall before we go.
No, I
want to say this point, though, before like we go into the individual like players and departments of the pitch, because that's a bit more nuanced. The overall thing is that because you underperformed so much last season, and Chelsea only the back end of the season were showing people what we're about, it is a bit of a weird conversation to have really early on in the season, because we haven't seen Chelsea be good enough for long enough. The high was really high, though. We beat PSG in the final. We had a good last 10 games of the season. Won the Conference League convincingly, fine, is expected. But Man United had literally the opposite, where they literally finished 17th, lost to Spurs. They won exactly all that sort of stuff, and the fact that the season before that, did Man United finish above Chelsea?
But
correct.
But here's
what we're talking about right now, though. Right now,
my point is, because of last season, it skewed the way people view Man United.
Yes, here's the thing. If we're going to talk about last season, we're going to have to. If we go all the way in the past, we also have to talk about the fact that you guys have had way more time with your manager, your system to figure that stuff out. Obviously, last season for us was.
I wouldn't say way more. That's a little.
Yeah, way more is definitely over-exaggerated.
How long has Enzo Maresca been there?
He's only been there 1 year.
He's only been there before.
He's only been there 3 more months longer than your manager.
I thought he'd been there longer, but anyway. So either it's your process, I guess. Your process has been processing for longer than ours, I guess.
Their squad. The better thing to say, Cam, was that their squad has had more time together, because they've been building the squad for like the last 2 seasons.
That squad has more time to gel, and at the end of the day, when you look at our team last year, and I'm not excusing being 15th because that's inexcusable, but the fact was, and he said it, you come in and you had all these players like that just didn't really work for his system. Like a lot of we're now into his second window of players that he was able to buy and get rid of. Realistically, this year, as well as we bought this year, the most important thing, you guys, any United fan, was getting players out of there, like getting the Garnachos out, getting the fucking. I forget all the players we got rid of, but we got rid of so many players that it was just like all these guys had to go.
Cam,
Hoyland,
Rashford,
Rashford,
Collier.
Thank you. All of these dudes who I literally have blocked out of my mind, and I love Rashford, by the way.
Sancho, forgot to mention him.
Look at all these guys who were just Malacia, who somehow is still there, but like you're not going to touch the pitch. So all these players had to go just for us to figure out like how to play in this system, and we're still not there. It's still not perfect, and our midfield still isn't what Amorim. Anybody who's watched Amorim before and the type of midfielders, that's still not the midfield he wants. Like if we're going to be honest with ourselves, we're now figuring. You're seeing what it could be with Amorim, and I when I look at the Chelsea team and I think about the way you guys buy players, and I think about the talk track that I always hear is, oh, these players are going to be the best in their position in X amount of time or this amount of time, but then you keep buying another player behind that player. And I'm not one of those people who ever believe in, oh, I don't want to block a path. But there is a point where you do block a path when you have all these players, same profile, same age.
Keep the best, sell the rest. That's what we're doing. Right
it's
now.
literally that simple.
But at this stage, you now have Pedro Neto, you have Garnacho, and you have Gittins.
What do you mean? Is that not wing? Like, I don't understand what you mean there. That's not really crazy depth.
None of those guys are good. None of those guys are very good. So at that point, you bought.
So what point are you making? That we're buying, but not buying well.
I'm saying you bought. You're not.
No, you're on mute, bro.
Yeah. Neto's good, but Neto is not our. Like, for example, Neto. If you ask me today, who would you take, Neto or Amad Diallo? Even though he's not playing as a winger, I'll take Amad Diallo. To be honest, Neto's good because Neto will give you a good game here and there. It will give you. But if I'm a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't be saying, okay, Neto will be part of my title challenging team.
You know what's funny?
It won't be that.
He's a good squad player.
You know what's funny about
Estevao might.
Okay, but here's what I think that people ignore with Neto, and I think that's an important piece here. Like this Neto guy is just so functional in the team. He does more than just G and A. Like he's the kind of guy that like works in the system really well. Like I agree with you. Like we need to see more of the end product in order for him to be a household name in the side. But in terms of like him being a functional player in the side, like a guy that actually is a cog to make the team work, he's good. I don't think he played well at the weekend. So please don't hold me to that. But I really think that like as in terms of like the function of the team, like offense, defense, transition, he's a functional piece in that.
Yeah, but a functional piece is so let me tell you. So Chelsea, right? And Man United sold Garnacho to Chelsea, right? Then they upgraded with Cunha.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? Like,
why are we not talking about the
I'm
summer?
gonna tell you. Same for example, when we talk about Madueke being sold to Arsenal. Madueke joined Arsenal as a part of a squad that is trying to challenge for the Premier League, win it, right? But you went. I think you, Couch, said that. You or Ad said that. You guys said that, and then you bought a new Madueke and getting the Garnacho to try to develop them again.
This is the problem. This is the problem. The way this conversation is going, the lens that you're seeing the squad is different to how directors see the squad and how they see the team, right?
I think we all know that.
So the problem, that's very, very obvious. Hence, we're making these statements that why did you sell him and go sideways, in your opinion? The difference is unfortunately, whether you like it or not, the ownership have some sort of long-term view with the squad. They don't see it as short-term as some of the panelists do, as I may see it, okay? So in their opinion, Garnacho's underlying stats are good. I think they're like second best for his age, whatever it is, because you take cons, and to us, it's terrible. To me, I don't rate it like that. But to them, that's how they see it. They see a price, they buy the player. Now, you'll look at it and go, well, Chelsea finished top 4. They're trying to win the league, no? Go and sign the Semenyo, etc. But they see it as, why are we going to differ away from our position of our project just because we achieved our targets from last season?
But you know what's
Hold on.
going
So
to
you
happen
think your
approach?
trajectory? Sorry, Stefan. Can I ask the question about this before you go on? So you think your trajectory is your squad the way that board? Your opinion, not the board. Your opinion
I would fast track it.
Is the squad trajectory? Is a squad going to win the Premier League? Is that what you think?
In my opinion, I would have fast tracked it, but they don't want to. But I still believe it's going in my direction.
You guys kill me, man, with this. Like this.
No, hold on.
Why do we keep ignoring the elephant in the room? Like, I don't understand why we keep ignoring.
Why is the elephant in the room?
They had to sell to buy. We are under UEFA has put restrictions on what we can do in the window. Like, I don't understand why that is always ignored when we're talking about what we did this summer.
But hold on,
always ignored.
I don't think it's hold on. I hear what you're saying, but you had to sell to buy, but then you went and bought.
Because what we had to buy had to be under. It had to be shown net profit. So we had to sell at a profit in order to buy again. And so we sold Madueke for 55 and bought Gittins, right? We sold Pedro. What's the guy's name there, man? I keep forgetting this guy, man. Anyhow, we got there's so many players I keep forgetting. What's his name there, man?
Ooh, what position?
Yao, the other
Yao
Yao.
Pedro you're talking about.
Oh, Jow. I know Felix.
Yao Felix. Thank you.
You didn't sell him though. Isn't he on loan?
No, he's sold.
Oh yeah,
He's sold now.
Okay, so
And
you sold
the reasons why we were unable to get the likes of, like, say, Xavi Simons or Kudos or on that is because we couldn't sell Jackson at a profit. Jackson went on loan.
He doesn't deserve the Joao name.
Hear me out. If you sold Felix and you sold Madueke and you sold Chukwuemeka, all these guys, right? Why could you have not? And again, maybe I don't know the finances, but why could you not have been like, we already have Quenda coming because that was an early buy, and then you get a Semenyo and you don't buy a Gittins and a Garnacho. So you get one player.
You still need the squad depth though. Like you still have to replace. Like we don't have the squad depth to just like go with like 2 players at the wing position, especially with the injuries we had. Not to mention the fact that you have to like. It's not about just selling Chukwuemeka and selling these guys. You also have to sell players that were registered in the UEFA League squad. So like we couldn't just sell guys that were on loan and then say, okay, well, yeah, now we're making up the money to buy some menu. It would have to be people that were actually registered on the UEFA squad. So it's like for like.
To your point, yeah, I get your question. Obviously, as a fan myself, I'd rather see my team be ambitious and straight away go for it. Like, so how Sam and Liverpool fans would be like, we've won the league, let's spend the money and go for another league, a Champions League, right? That's what I wanted to see progression in terms of the league. Buying our left winger, buying a better goalkeeper, buying Manyang, for example. I wanted that to happen. The club, I don't think, I'm going from their point of view. I'm not really giving my opinion. I'm giving how they see it. So you guys can make that opinion on what they're doing as a club. They don't want to make those investments and assets yet. They might make that investment, for example, I believe, let's say Chelsea competed this season and we finished 5 points behind Arsenal, whoever wins the league. I think then they might go and pivot and go, you know what? Let's break our structure and actually buy a top left winger or a top striker, for example, because we can actually win the league next year. Not just for the sake of
most linked with in the summer. What were the names we were most linked with in the summer? Answer me that.
Just Kudus, Xavi, Manyang, Hoyson. Those are the main ones I could think of.
Xavi was literally like begging to go to you guys. Garnacho,
he was waiting for us.
And what made why do you think that he didn't come? Why do you think he didn't come?
Well, Xavi for me is a money thing, and you made a decision over. You took Garnacho instead of him.
Do you think that it was either Garnacho or Xavi Simons?
That's what it looked like, based on how that's what the noise told us.
No.
But like what? So then, what was it? Because it was like Chelsea. It kept coming up like Xavi Simons, Chelsea. Like they're still interested.
We couldn't make the money work because we couldn't sell Jackson. That's what I was trying to say to you guys before. They couldn't make the money work.
So you're saying you couldn't have bought him if you instead of Garnacho? Is what you're saying? Like you just couldn't have done.
I don't think the money would have worked that way. Garnacho came in for cheaper, right? And you have to show net profit. Anyways, I'm not making excuses for these owners, to be honest with you. Like, I hope that that's not what the sentiment is here. Like, because we're in this mess because of them, because they bought so poorly the 2-3 years before. So that's irrelevant of that. I'm just speaking straight facts right now. This is what happened. This is why they couldn't do what they wanted to do this summer.
I honestly think
the reality of the situation is, yeah, we're in this predicament because they made some poor sales and made some poor purchases in the last 2-3 windows.
So back to Mo's original trajectory thing, and I honestly want to hear like Staff's opinion on this too, because when you look at the two teams, when you think about trajectory and what was going on, you look at the 2 ownerships that come in that have been slated. Both have been on notice. I think one ownership has done a pretty good job, and this is my opinion of United's ownership, of getting rid and replacing with floor-raising better players in general. Like at the end of the day, Matthias de Ligt to me is a future captain material. Mazraoui's always hurt, so we haven't really got to see anything from him. But then I go to our front line. I'm sorry, no team like Mbeumo for me right now is the best buy of the summer. I don't care what anybody says until further notice. Like Mbeumo at the cost that we got him as a forward, like what he's proven, I think he's the best buy so far. Plain and simple. That's just my opinion. You can shake your how you want on. You just spend 150 fucking million on a dude who's literally being benched.
It doesn't rebuttal.
So anyway, so I'm just seeing your face.
Your
so
rebuttal is
I look at Mbeumo, I look at Cunha, and I look at Sesko, and I say, for frontline buys, those were probably the best buys across the league last year. That's just my opinion. So we have one group who I think are purchasing the right profile, right types of players for the club to move forward. And then you have another group in Chelsea who
You go Garnacho, you go Gittins, you go Delap, you're like Quenda, who's not even going to be there. These are all unknowns, and they're not showing anything right now. So I'm just like, I have to agree with. I think their trajectory.
It's been 9 games, bro.
Okay, cool. We'll have. I've been watching.
Okay.
We have this conversation in 10 games.
Like, bro, like literally. Let me tell you this. Literally last week, Chelsea had won 4 games in a row. We were joint 4th in the league. I wasn't hearing any of this rhetoric.
No, you didn't. Don't lie. You didn't win.
A month ago, we won 5 games.
Competitions, of course.
I never said the Premier League.
Stuff happened.
I said 5 games or 4 games in a row, whatever it was. In all,
where did you get the 5 games? If you're not
you didn't win 5 games in a row all season.
Where were you playing?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You won 4 games in a row, no?
Did I?
No, even including UCL, you didn't. What are you talking about?
Somewhere like who did you
won 4?
We won 4 in a row. It's not. That's.
They
not
actually
I believe they did.
I believe they did. I just checked it.
I believe in 9 games they have
2 wins in
14
your last
points.
5.
They haven't even won 5 games.
He means in all competitions.
Four
Hassan, he
games,
said all
bro.
competitions.
all comps.
Yeah,
Okay,
I said all comp. I never said the Premier League.
Yeah.
My bad.
Anyway,
I'm not paying attention to
point
it.
is, prior to that, we
They did.
had
They won
run.
4 games in a row. Yeah.
Here we go then. Thank you for clarifying what we said already. So before that, we had a bad run. Then we won 4 games in a row, and the rhetoric is literally actually, I listened to Mo's thing in the car one time. He said, I don't really believe Chelsea's going to push on. But people were asking the question to Mo and others on the panel, can Chelsea push on from here, beat Sunderland, and get a run together? We lose against Sunderland, and the same questions come up again. For me, it's just way too early to have these discussions. And now I'm flipping hearing about Man United's model being on this great trajectory. Like, let's slow down a little.
I've been saying it, by the way.
After
I'm not saying your long-term
3 wins, and all of a sudden it's like
I'm just saying,
you see how quickly this narrative flips?
Reaction.
Like 3 games ago, you guys weren't even talking anything about your model.
You having an
or
opinion
anything
before yesterday, fine.
As soon as you get on this like 3-game winning streak,
make it clear, Couch. I've maintained that to make it clear before the wins. I've maintained that our business. I've never talked about what we're seeing on the pitch. I've always had an issue with I brought that up. I went from Amorim in to Amorim out, like everybody else, being like, we got to start winning. But our business, I have always been consistent on saying, I think that we're doing a significantly better job than we did under the Glazers. I've said that so many times. I've lost like Staffy seen the arguments I get into. I have been saying that I think this regime is doing a fine job of building the squad currently. That's what I've been saying. And I've been
let me just say one thing. I take what Critic and Chaz is saying, and they're right. However, the truth of the matter is football is a results-based business. Like, I can use my club as an example. If we beat Brentford on the weekend, people go like, oh, Liverpool are back in the title race. Slot has fixed it, blah, blah, blah. So football is a results-based business. So you lose games, you're expected to win, and people will start to question things.
And it's also very fickle too, though, right? Because after 1 loss, it's now, oh my God, Chelsea are back in crisis.
That's my problem.
Oh my God, United's the form team. It's just so fickle. Like this is exactly why. This is specifically why I don't even start studying the thable until November, because I need enough run of games before I can actually make these proclamations about, oh my God, this is what's happening here. Oh my God,
here's the problem I've got.
I don't even start in 3 days.
You lost a lot of games, but because Shez said the last 4, he made it sound good, and we're gonna run with that. You lost about 4 games before that, or like 3 losses and a draw.
When did I make it sound?
So what are we doing here? You have 2 wins in your last 5 Premier League games. But just because you wanted to say, you talked enough. Can I talk now? I've been sitting here for a while now.
You're disingenuous, so I'm going to interrupt you.
How am I being disingenuous? I can't even speak. How do you know what I'm going to say? Like, how do you know what I'm going to say? I haven't been able to speak.
If I say a statement,
because he said like 3 words. I don't even know what
to get it, bro. I've been sitting here 15 minutes. Can't say a fucking word, bro. Like, why was I fucking invited?
I never said once, 4 games, Staffy. Oh, wow. Look at us. I was making
a point. Calm down.
No, Mo, it's actually not that deep. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like, you're going to say something. Make sure it's factual. I didn't say
football
that.
Debate. It's a football debate.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't say that. You won 4 games.
Can we let him talk?
Can we let Staffy talk? Because you interrupt after 3 words. There is no point after 3 words. 3 words is not even a sentence. Go ahead, Staffy.
I don't even have a point anymore, because every time I wanted to say something in the middle of the debate, I just wasn't allowed to talk.
You were talking about Chelsea didn't win a lot of games.
Every time I wanted to rebuttal something, I wasn't allowed to rebuttal it.
Chelsea
Guys,
won a
Chelsea
lot.
won 4 in a row. United getting after 3 wins. Let's move on to the next fucking topic. What the fuck is this, bro?
Yeah, خلاص.
I just don't fucking get it, bro.
Calm down, bro.
Bro, I
خلاص,
had
can
like 5 minutes before I get to fucking go. I didn't get to say nothing, bro, because I had
Go
to
ahead.
sit
I
here
wanna-
and get interrupted every time. I don't want to say nothing, wallahi. Just
No,
move
I
on.
want to
bro.
hear it, man. Like,
Let's move on.
I
bro.
really
Move on,
want
bro.
to
Let's
hear.
move on, wallah.
يا
Wallah, I don't
عمي
have
ما
nothing to say.
تهدي أعصابك
Wallah,
بقى.
I don't have anything to say, bro.
والله
It's
هدي
fine. We're
أعصابك.
getting after 3 wins, guys. That's what happened. There you go. It's concluded.
Bro.
I do
Real?
think both. I'm not
هدي
referring to
أعصابك
anyone
يا
in the
عمي
panel,
بقى.
but before anyone takes it
هدي.
personally, I'm definitely not referring to anyone in the panel. But I do
Oh my
think that both sets of I'm just gonna move on.
Did he leave?
Both sets of
He had a
fans.
shot.
Chelsea,
I
are
do
very
think
annoying
both
when it
sets of
comes to
fans
interrupting. I
are,
want to know this.
Listen,
Yeah,
don't
man,
play
I-
by what I've said.
Happy
I've
left,
said
I
anything
actually
to their
want
face.
to-
If Danny goes,
Three
okay,
words. You
yeah.
interrupted them.
Bro, I actually want to
Let's-
hear, like, Chaz, I actually want
Guys, it's not that deep. I'm
It
sure
really
it's not
isn't.
that deep. Stuffy, anywhere we're gonna leave because he had a meeting like at some time, so it's okay. Don't worry about it, guys. Stuffy's a big boy. He can
I
take
want to
it.
hear what you had to
It's
say.
fine. It's fine. Can we hear Ashraf talk? It's fine, guys. It's not that deep. It's a fucking YouTube football debate. It's not deep. I swear to God.
Hey,
We're
listen.
all in one group outside. It's fine. Go ahead, Ashraf.
I was just. I don't know what happens to my screen. Can you guys still see me? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. It froze.
Unfortunately.
I was saying that I obviously I'm not referring to anyone here in
Unfortunately.
the panel because I don't think anyone has that opinion. I'm not 100% sure, but I do feel both sets of fans sometimes do get a bit too excited with certain things. Like I think United fans are, some of them, not again, maybe not you, Cam, but some of them are jumping the gun, thinking, "Oh, this is back." Because I actually think if you lose the next game, like then we're gonna have a different conversation. That maybe the 3 games was just a blip. Liverpool were losing to everyone, anyways. Sunderland probably just had a bad day, and maybe you just had a very good game against Brighton. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I do hear what Critic is saying.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but,
here's the thing.
Cam, just can you give it a second, Cam? That's Ashraf.
Yeah, but I
When
don't
you
get
say-
why you guys just ignored the rebuttal that I said. You guys are correct. Yes, it's blah blah blah. It's just Sunderland and all this. It's one game. Yeah, but football is a results-based business. Had we beat Brentford, Liverpool are in a title race all of a sudden.
I actually think
Had
this
City
discussion is.
Aston Villa, they're 3 points behind Arsenal. They're closest to Aston Villa.
But that's why. But that's
No,
why
it
we
is-
have.
it
That's
is-
why
it
we
is-
have.
Hold on,
Yes,
everyone.
but
Let me-
every
I'll
result
prove to
does
you-
change the narrative. The
But here's
narrative on
discussion
Liverpool
that
right
we're not
now.
having.
The narrative on
Hussam-
Liverpool right now is that we're shit. If we win the next 4 games in a row,
No,
what, we're
but
still-
the discussion is not like this. For Hussam, Ashraf, Shez, Critic, are you guys expecting Man United to lose? So you're watching Man United play football now. Are you expecting? So don't tell me if they lose the next game, I'll change, right? Do you watch Man United today? They played Liverpool.
I don't expect them to win 3 games in a row again. Yeah, like the next 3
You
games.
don't.
If you tell me,
So
No,
you're
I don't,
watching Man
because I
United
haven't seen
now,
enough to say this.
and you
changed.
do not expect Man United after playing Liverpool, playing good, after playing Sunderland, playing good, and after playing the last game Brighton, and playing good. 3 different styles of play, and you don't think they are
So-
capable of winning
well,
against another
You,
team?
you say different. You say 3 different styles, but they've had wins last season against different styles.
No,
They slapped up
not
Leicester
really.
3-0.
Yeah, but
They
not,
beat
not
teams like that have possession like City. I don't
it's
get
not-
it. They drew against Liverpool at Anfield last
No,
season.
No,
Also,
those are
like
different.
Hussam always says this. Okay, so before it comes, Hussam always say, yes, if Liverpool win, but he sits and say, but I'm actually not confident that we'll win. Like, so you have to follow it with what you think, right? Like every discussion, like Chelsea, for example, Couch said, I'm not looking until November. Okay, are you expecting then Chelsea? You're watching Chelsea play football today, and you're expecting Chelsea to put in a run together that will make us change our mind over the next month?
Yeah, I do. I think that with
Okay,
help,
at least
it's
you're
very
face
soon.
straight about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that like what we do right now, and like to answer what Hassan was saying, like I think I already did. It wasn't so much about the results base. We understand that. Like it's 9 games in or whatever it is. The point I was trying to make is it's also fickle because not but last week we were having this discussion about, oh, is Chelsea back in the title race? And then after 1 loss to Sunderland, it's like, oh my God, Man United is better than them. And it's just so fickle, right?
No, I
Like
hear you on that.
these narratives switch so quickly on a knife's edge. You know, like you're talking about how like Liverpool's getting hammered right now because they're on a 4-game losing streak in the Prem. That's the reason why. You know, nobody was talking about Liverpool the way they were, you know, after 5 games when you guys were 5-0. It's a completely different narrative right now. So I get it. Like, we lost one game to Sunderland. I didn't like the way we played. If we want to get into the specifics of it, I thought we were terrible, awful. And if
Okay, I'll
that's
tell you why there is a narrative on Chelsea. If you don't want to mention the recent results, in 9 Premier League games, we all sat here before a ball was kicked in the Premier League, and we all said, out of all the big 6 sides, Chelsea has the easiest start to the season.
It's
in
true.
9 games, you got 4 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses.
It's
So
true.
you actually got 5 draws and losses and 4 wins.
There we go. Now we're talking.
This isn't just based on nothing. Like, this isn't just based on Sunderland alone. This is based on Sunderland and Palace and Brighton and all the bad games.
I think Palace has proven to be a pretty
even
good
your
team.
wins. Actually, some will say West Ham, very convincing win. The Fulham win, as an example, one will say it's not really that much of a convincing win the way that you played. You know, that game as an example. There's examples of game like you had the convincing wins was against Forest and was against was against us. Other than that, like some of the games that you had this season, like the Palace game, the draw at home, the game against Fulham, the Brentford draw, the United
The game
loss away
against
from
Fulham,
home.
they played well, actually.
Yeah.
They didn't play bad.
You lost 3-1 to Brighton
I don't
at
even think
home.
you're wrong. Like, I don't even think you're wrong. I think that you're
Yeah, so
pretty
it's
much
not
close
just
to
a
accurate.
narrative based on
I don't think
Sunderland
Chelsea
alone,
have
it's the
played
whole
well all
season.
season. The only game I thought Chelsea played well in so far is actually against you guys. Like, I don't think that we've actually played good football for the majority of the season. So yeah, if you're running that narrative that Chelsea aren't in the title race, which we've already conceded already at some point, Chelsea aren't doing this, Chelsea aren't doing that, that's fine. That's all fine and good. I'm just saying, for me, I don't even think that we've even really hit our stride yet. Like, ravaged by injuries, like I said before, nobody wants to talk about that. But the things that you want to see bail you out at the beginning of the season, like the individual performances here, we're not getting them. We're just not getting them. So yeah, it's peak right now. We need to start finding some form real soon, and we need to start finding players, a system of play that's going to work with the players that we have right now, because we haven't.
So Chelsea's biggest thing for me, though, because real quick, the match thing is important. That's what I've been trying to get to, because Ashraf said something about the style play, like we beat 3 different styles, and I actually disagree with that. I think the 3 teams we played, other than Liverpool, like the Brighton came at us, Sunderland played us like they were like they weren't afraid, right? So they opened up and we smoked them. We just played. We're a better team. Liverpool, it was chaos. Like Liverpool, we legitimately sat back, long ball to chaos. We knew what we were doing. We had a plan. I think the Nottingham Forest game provides a different problem. I think it's going to be a very Sean Dyche's terrorist low block. We're gonna have to break him down. That's another test, I think, for United. And I'm not one of those fans who are saying, "Oh, we're gonna go off and win anything." I told Mo I will adjust my opinion if we win the next 2 games, which I said 5, so now we need 2 more. I'll adjust my opinion of our team, because after Tottenham, we have Everton, Crystal Palace, good team. That's going to be a tough one. West Ham, Wolves, Bournemouth, who I still think we're going to be better than, Aston Villa. Those games, I look at those games and I think to myself, if United have turned the corner, which we'll see if we beat Forest and then Tottenham, we will go on a run, and it will change people's opinions. And I'm able to say that looking at the fixture list, because we will have then played low block. We played really well against the top side so far. Like, we played well against Arsenal, and I'll keep saying it. Chelsea game, sorry, but on you guys for getting the red card. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, red card," but we forced that to happen. That wasn't like a fluke situation. It was in the run of play. It just happened.
And you started the game better than them, and
we
managed
were
to
better.
go from the game with the
better.
subs
And
as
we were
well.
better in that game.
The subs that game was.
By the way, the
stinking of
subs are part
cowardice.
of the team.
No.
Sam, the manager is a part of the team.
100%.
Him making the mistakes is
My
part
point.
of the team.
Exactly.
Like,
And then he blew it. So
Of
now you
course,
have-
the manager is part of the team. The main reason why we're
Like,
struggling
because-
right now is Arne
Yeah,
Slot.
so
because
yes.
people say, but if the manager does what he's supposed to do, but he's part of your team.
I
He is
agree.
the one managing the
Nobody's
players.
making that point, though.
Now,
Like, I
so
don't
my
understand where
point
this is coming
my
from.
point is with United
Not you,
now,
Couch, but
now
you get
we
my
have a
point.
sample size of playing well against
Dennis,
top
you know what I'm talking about. Some of the Chelsea fan base, they say if the manager does the right things, we'll be all right. But the manager is part of the
players
team.
Didn't get a red card.
Like
but I'm
the
not-
manager is
Yeah,
part of.
it's just all in the
For
game.
example, Arsenal discipline when Xhaka was getting red card was part of the team.
I
That
don't-
is
I don't
part of
talk
the
about-
team.
But Mo, you'll never hear me talk about if, what's, and buts in those situations. I'm talking about what happened. I'm saying we played well in these against the top sides. We smoked the bottom side of the teams we played. Brighton was supposed to be our bogey team. We were way better than Brighton most of that game until we had that little blip where we were looking like, oh, this might be the old United.
Ugarte came on.
Ugarte came on, right. And I don't even want to talk about injuries because we've had our injuries too. So everybody's had injuries. We all have our issues. For me, it's the next 2 games are so important because we're going to go up against a Forest who's going to play a low block and play terrorist football. And we're going to go up against the Tottenham side against Thomas Frank, who is historically with Brentford has set up really well against United too. If we beat those 2 teams, then yeah, I will start talking about this 5-game sample being something that might be real because we're going to have a front line that's gelling. We're going to have a manager that has been saying over and over and over, you will see my system evolve once the players get it. You're going to have our defense. Here's the thing. Our defense outside of fucking our keeper, which has been the biggest problem, our defenders have been good. I don't care what anybody says. Our defenders have been good. We were talking about, and I think what Staffy wanted to talk about is the sections of the teams. If you go, who would you rather in the attacks right now? And again, this is just me saying right now, Palmer's out. I get it. You'd rather United's attack. Chelsea's midfield, of course, but the problem with Chelsea right now, which is the hardest thing to fix, is that fucking defense, guys. Like your defense is garbage. And how do you fix it?
What makes up the defense?
Well, your keepers.
The back line.
Okay, so our fullbacks are still probably leagues ahead of yours right now.
Well, we don't play with fullbacks, so it's hard to say. Like,
as a unit, guys.
Okay,
as a unit,
so as a unit, you play with a back 5, right?
As a unit, our unit's better than yours. Our defense
is very difficult to compare.
It's actually Chelsea conceded less big chances and actually less XG than Man United. That's factually.
Fair.
In a season, by the way.
But with my eyes.
But is that from their defense or is that from their midfield though?
Well, that's part of the thing about it. The defense is not only the unit of the back 4. The defense, guys. This next point is very important.
Double pivot is Casemiro and Bruno.
Guys, the defense is not only the back 4 and the goalkeeper. The defense is the defensive unit. Who protects that defense in front of them? Because Liverpool defense is exposed because nobody's protecting them. Man United are exposed because the 2 DMs cannot cover the spaces sometimes ahead of the back line.
But Mo,
Chelsea, though, have Caicedo. That's why they don't concede a lot of chances.
I hear you, but Mo, our defensive unit was suffering from really poor goalkeeper play. Like at the end of the day,
the goalkeeper doesn't make the XG.
No, but it's still when we're talking about with our eyes and understanding the phases of the game, the confidence you have in the way you play when your keeper is trash is impacted. It is very clear. When you watch
this is the thing, though, yeah.
You like Chelsea's got to sit first. That's all I'm saying is like the units for me.
And Chelsea fans can't scapegoat Sanchez because he's actually been very good.
Who would you take?
Yeah, I wouldn't scapegoat him.
Barring the Man United.
You're honest because some people still fucking talk about Sanchez when he's actually one of the highest save percentages in the league.
Yeah, like has a very high save percentage.
Like very high percentage save rate.
I mean, I think the worry is
he's always had high save percentage.
Yeah, and the thing is mostly is this PTSD. We just know that there's a mistake coming around the corner.
What if he becomes the next?
Not that. I mean, every keeper in the league makes mistakes. But I feel like his are just too high profile. You know, like I feel like his have just been too high profile for him to really survive it. But with that said, I don't think he's played bad this season. I think he's actually been one of the better keepers in the league. Shot stopping is incredible. Yeah. Maybe not his distribution, long ball distribution, not the greatest, but in terms of like shot stopping and like commanding the area, he's been pretty good. So. You say that your goalie, was his name Lemon or whatever his name is?
Lemons, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, he looks good.
Lemons,
he looks good for you guys. He looks good for you guys. But I wouldn't say that's been enough of a sample size to say that position's been.
So here's the thing, though, because one thing I'll say, he looks good for us. It's not about, and when I say the keeper thing, because obviously he's a new keeper, he concedes goals, whatever, and like the one free kick he probably should have saved. But the biggest thing that we have an issue with is set pieces and crosses. Was like you put a cross into our box and you're basically like 60% chance that could be a goal or at least a big chance created. A corner was like basically a goal. Having a keeper who commands the box, who actually can go out and collect the ball and stop a shot or an attempt or whatever, it just gives you so much more confidence. And you can tell from the way our defenders are playing. Matthias de Ligt is stepping up more. Even Maguire, who has zero pace and shouldn't be stepping up. Like these guys, they're not playing scared, and it matters. Like
one thing I would say on Man United, is considering all the teams they're competing with have Europe.
We've given Man United 44 minutes. Fucking
Yeah, but Mo wanted to do Chelsea Man United. We spoke about Chelsea.
It
Man
is
United.
Chelsea, Man United, Osam now because people are talking about
Yeah.
Man United finishing ahead of Chelsea, which is I think it's a disaster for Chelsea.
Mo, can I say this?
it's a
I'm just
disaster.
saying,
about it.
if what Cameron's saying is correct,
You have to be worried
and the
about it.
squad is the squad is in
Man
shit,
United are above all of us, bro.
Let's just finish because this is very important.
Yeah.
What critics said.
Talk for yourself, bro. talk for yourself, not for me.
if what
He said United above
Cameron
us.
is saying is correct, then with one game a week, etc., I would expect Man United to be, well, not top 4, but in that race because they're literally having playing one game a week for the whole season. Like the only time they won't is if they make it further in the FA Cup.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
but that is something we talked about.
Even FA Cup is most likely FA
What?
Cup weekend as well.
But, like,
Exactly. So like, when are they ever going to have 2 games in a
First
week?
two
Yes,
Everyone else?
yes, we knew this.
So you are
coming in.
accepting that Man United might actually finish above
When
Chelsea?
did I mention Chelsea's name in that?
Okay, hold on. When you say Man United are in a top 4 race, that by definition means that there is one team that might actually, there is a possibility that one of the top 4 teams, and I'm seeing the top 4 teams are
Mo,
Chelsea.
he said Mo. He said
And,
race.
did I hear him
He
wrong?
didn't say finish in the top 4.
Man, I
Mo,
never
he said
that.
top 4 race.
Okay.
Top 4 race does not mean you finish in the top 4.
Okay, but
You mean you
if I
finished 7th?
say, okay, hold on. If I say a team is in a top 4 race, doesn't that mean I'm giving them a chance to be
Aston
in?
Villa were in the top 4
in
race.
the-
Yeah, a
7th in the
chance.
league, bro.
Right?
Doesn't
A
mean they finish
chance,
in the
right?
top 4.
But
Not in the
nobody
four,
can
doesn't
make
mean they finish
nobody
fourth.
can
They
make any
finished like 7th in the
conclusions
league, Mo.
that this team will finish top 4 or not top 4.
Mo,
Nobody can make a
bro, do I have to be
conclusion.
pedantic with you? Do I really have to do that?
You just
Like,
did though.
I'm being
No, I
very clear
didn't.
in my words. I said top 4 race. Just because you're in the race doesn't mean
Yeah.
you finish top 4. It can mean you finish 8th.
When
in the league.
Ches said top 4 race, you just assumed he meant they'll finish in the top
Yeah.
4. So you did the assumption, not Ches.
No, I didn't. I said if the possibility of Man United finish ahead of Chelsea, that's disastrous.
There's a possibility
Yeah,
they
it's a
finish
disaster.
2nd in the
100%.
league.
Bro, I
Doesn't
said
mean it's
that.
gonna happen.
I literally said that. I said the fact that Man United are in a top 4 race and there is a possibility of.
You know,
Okay, Shaz,
Arsenal.
just let me say.
No, because you're not.
Go
going
ahead.
off what
Go
I
ahead.
said.
Go ahead. Make the point again so
How
I
does
can
everyone
talk
understand
about
you didn't? What I said was last season, week of Ashraf. When did you confirm top 4? I swear, Arsenal last season confirmed top 4 fairly late in the season. It wasn't like they confirmed it.
Correct.
Way
After
before
we
the
beat
end.
Newcastle in the second last game
There
of the
we
season.
go.
Yeah.
Like it was actually quite late into the season. So technically, we had 6-7 teams vying for top 4 at one point last season.
Yeah.
So you could be in the top
Yeah.
4 race and still finish 2nd to 8th in the league.
100%. Yes, I never
So
disagreed. with
I'm
this.
saying if
Absolutely
Man
true.
United
It's-
play the way
it's
they're
a-
doing with one game a week, their fit squad, if going by Cam's words, a more competent goalkeeper, a very competent defense, one of the best attacking signings in the season, Cam's words, then why would they not be in the top 4 race? Regardless of Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it's a
Can I
disaster for
answer
Chelsea
this, Ashraf,
if
before you
United
talk?
finish above. Go ahead.
Can I answer this? If in any world Manchester United finish above Chelsea, it has nothing to do with one game a week or not one game a week. The Chelsea trajectory shouldn't actually be 4th or something. Your trajectory based on the money and where you finished last season should be trying to actually challenge for the league, regardless of who the manager is. The manager is besides the point, right? Because the manager is supposed to improve like every year, right? The fact that Man United have a new blood up front, that is still trying to find the right formula to actually make it work, that just signed a goalkeeper that none of us heard of before, there's a possibility of them finishing above Chelsea. I think it's a disaster. Same for Liverpool, same for Man City, same for Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm about to say it applies for Man City.
100%. See, I
don't know if it's a
100%, Chess. If ask
It
yourself,
is a disaster.
if Man
for sure.
United finish
I just
above
think it's
Liverpool,
unexpected.
bro, it's a disaster. It's
Or
disaster.
City.
100%.
I was gonna say that Chelsea
Even City,
cannot
Chess, you're
control.
absolutely spot on. You're spot on, Chess.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you.
Chelsea, City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. We cannot control if United are good or not. So if they're in
Exactly.
a race, they're in a race because they are good. But what we can control is them finishing above us. And I think given the spending we have done the last couple of years, given where we were the last 2-3 seasons, all 4 of our teams, and where United were in the last 3-4 seasons, I would say it is disastrous if they finish above us. That means either they did something drastically so good that it just leapfrogged them like 2-3 steps forward, which I don't think is the case, or that means one of these 4 teams had such a bad mess up that they took 2-3 steps backwards.
Drastically dropped. Drastically dropped.
Yeah,
Drastically.
I wouldn't disagree.
like nobody here thinks Liverpool are going to continue in this bad run. But just hypothetically, just go along with me. Let's say this actually doesn't get fixed by Slot for a long time, and they have that season they had 3 years ago when they finished 5th, right? And let's say they finished 5th, United finished above them. That becomes such a big issue that people should even be talking about Slot getting sacked. I know it's crazy to say that in his second season, but I'm saying that's how bad it would be if that happens. Sorry.
So
I just think what we're talking about right now is the unexpected.
Yeah, that's rise. What it is.
This is what unexpected, and now it's catching everybody off guard. It's like, where do these guys come from?
It is shocking.
Wins? Oh my goodness! Because how are they challenging right now? Like again,
no, it happened.
It's have these kind of sort of bold proclamations for me, but anyway.
Well, it's shock value because it's all it is. It's like we were supposed to be so bad that finishing top half was the conversation. We weren't supposed to coming out of the run where
but that's revisionism, though, isn't it?
No, but we weren't. I'm just saying we weren't supposed to coming out of a run where we played Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool, and be in the top. We just weren't supposed to be in the conversation, right? So now everybody, I agree, is overreacting. But you have to take what you're seeing on the pitch and honestly evaluate it. Is this something that is sustainable?
We'll see.
I'm going to have to challenge that. I think you're saying that because of what we witnessed in the first 5, 6, 7 games this season. But actually in the summer, a lot of people were saying United have one of the best attacks in the league. Everyone was praising you guys for Mbeumo, Cunha, and Sesko, saying that's a massive, massive upgrade over what you guys had before. So actually, if you go by the summer expectations, a lot of people would not have been shocked if you guys finished in the top 6. Because they were like, okay, the top 4 are the top 4. They'll probably finish there. United with their signings, if Ruben Amorim just gets it to click, realistically should 100% finish in the top 6. Because I know you finished 15th last season. I know people will say the table doesn't lie, but there are situations where it does. Like nobody thinks in their right mind that United were actually the 15th worst team in the league from a squad perspective and quality perspective. It was just that you guys were low on confidence.
And no, at least when United finished second, no one believed they were the second best team in the league.
That's true too. It's a good point.
Yeah, can I tell you guys something? Fair, but that's my point.
There is no game in the league currently. Okay, forget the Grimsby game. I actually looked. There is no game in the league that Man United lost that we're not sitting here today and we think that they shouldn't have lost. Man City away. Okay, everyone would put that a loss, even if Man United are good. Brentford away. Liverpool just lost to Brentford away, and Chelsea drew Brentford away. So Brentford winning against Man United is not a massive surprise. You know, like you can say that happens, right?
But it is a game they should have won, though. Or at least got on the point.
To be honest with you, I'm going to tell you something. Winning against Brentford away for Manchester United, if you are putting Man United in like top 2, top 3, like we look at Brentford, a very resilient team, tough to beat. By the way, Chelsea didn't win, Ashraf, and Liverpool didn't win. Just to let you know, by the way.
Okay, so to push back on that, you're the one who comes here every single week and reminds us Chelsea were robbed. They were much better than Brentford. They should have won that game. So don't talk about Chelsea, because by your logic, Chelsea should have won that game.
That's
Liverpool,
right, that's right.
Again, no disrespect, Hussam, but Liverpool have lost to Galatasaray and have lost 4 Premier League games in a row. So they're not the barometer right now that they should be. I'm not even saying that United should go beat Brentford. At least get a result. And if you don't get a result, let me just finish. And if you don't get a result and you lose, don't get humiliated, because that game, if you watched it, was a humiliation. Brentford were much better. They looked much better in every aspect of the pitch.
And
exactly. That's all I'm saying. If you played well and lost, that's fine.
But Asher, at the last 5 against Brentford, to be fair, we've only won 2. Right? So it's not like I hear what I was saying. It's not like a game that you chalk up and you say United's going away to Brentford, they got them. That's why I said the Thomas Frank game actually matters to me, because Thomas Frank historically beat us, draw, like he's got us. He's lost. Like our last one was 2-1, then we drew 2-1, and then it was 3-4, 1-3. So it's not an easy fixture for us, but I hear what you're saying. It is a match we should be winning. Like at the end of the day, as a squad, like when you think of Brentford away. If you're going to be, but we're not that united anymore. And I think that's where we have to be honest.
No, not even winning, Cam. Honestly, I'm saying
why is Couch have Sam's picture as his
yeah, that is
what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Anyway,
that is hilarious.
I'm gonna say something about Man United.
I'm not even saying win that game.
The next game against Forest is the judgment day for me for Man United, right? I would judge them over this fully. Everything can work, and it can. But if I'm looking at Man United now, the trajectory look up a little bit, especially with how Cisco now is being more embedded in the team. Every game you're watching Cisco, and he's getting used to Mbeumo and Cunha and Bruno Fernandes and Mbeumo a little bit. Amad Diallo's actually now he's finding his feet as a right wing back, and he's not a right wing back basically, and he's finding his feet as a right wing back. That Matthias de Ligt is getting better. My problem with them is the left wing back, who is Dallo one time, is what's his name, Dorgo one time. That's a position that they need to find. And if Casemiro doesn't play well, Man United, probably the midfield is done. It's finished actually, because Ugarte is not good.
I'm gonna fine. I'm gonna ask you guys this.
Ask Cam.
Yeah.
Casemiro left the team, and suddenly the midfield is wide open.
It's like, so here's the thing. It's so sad because Casemiro, when he has rest, you remember who Casemiro is. You're like, oh, okay, cool. This guy's legs are feeling good. He's out there making the right decisions. His brain switched on. It's different, right? When you get old, it's not just about the physical part, because when your body can't do things you're used to doing, mentally you try, and that's why he gets all those blatant fouls, because he's just a step slower, all that stuff. So when I look at Casemiro, when he plays well, yeah, we win or we do well. You bring Ugarte is trash, and I blood on my hands because I defended him a lot.
Me too.
I got blood on my hands. I defended that man, and he is so bad that I still wonder. And I'm like, listen, Amorim, you're not a bad coach. I get that Mainu is not, like, you want Mainu to be in the Bruno role, and you want somebody else beside him. Just figure it out, because putting in Ugarte, you might as well have Casemiro 65 minutes every game, then put in Mainu, switch up your system, do what you have to do to make that work. Mount is so important to us right now. And
Put 3 midfielders instead of 2 if you're going to take Casemiro out.
So this is what I'd rather do. I'd rather Casemiro, when he has to come out, you then take Sesko out. Fine, cool. I don't want to, but you take him out, you put Mount in, and you overload the midfield, and you let Cunha and Mbeumo play up top. And you push Bruno forward. That would make us 1,000 times better. And I don't even like telling managers and tactics. I'm like, I'm not a coach. But if anybody watching with their eyes, when we drop Casemiro, you're right. It's the midfield becomes so wide open that we just start conceding chance after chance and counter after. The transition is just, and the wing backs are, the point of the wing backs is they're supposed to like spread the pitch. They're so far out wide. They're so far up the pitch half the time. They can't get back to help. So we have a De Ligt who's not fast. We have a Maguire in the middle who's not fast. So you end up having Euro or Luke Shaw. Euro's fast, but you have Luke Shaw. You end up having our defenders isolated at all times when Ugarte's in there. That's basically
so basically what you're saying is, come Christmas time, you better hope that like Casemiro
or Baleba or they buy it. If they buy defensive
Christmas time, my thing is, come Christmas time, we need to buy, or we will.
They have to buy a midfielder.
We'll drop off.
Let me do the super chat so we can move the topic a little bit. Mo, how are you? Alhamdulillah, I'm very good. Here for Staffy agendas too. Staffy had to leave because of a meeting. Appreciate you, Hamid, for always supporting. Staffy is so mad his camera's freezing. He wasn't that mad. Big up Farad for the massive donation. Appreciate you so much, Habibi, for always supporting the channel and sending good donations. Thank you so much. Don't worry, lads, because Enzo is better than Zubamendi. Caicedo is better than Rice. Estevao is better than Saka. João Pedro is better than Eucharist. Garnacho is better than Madueke. Kukurea is better than Calafiori. James is better than Timba. Yet, they get humbled and bullied at home by Sunderland. They will say they have better players than United, but world champions, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a violation.
Again, this might not be used on critics, because
really
I don't know if
is.
critics said this, but a lot of Chelsea fans were pushing this agenda and comparing a lot of players, saying they have a better midfield than Arsenal, better attack than Arsenal. Okay, defense they never said, but they said they have better fullbacks. I don't know. I just feel if you are better in a lot of these departments, I'm not saying challenge or win the league. You should be doing a lot better if that's the case.
Yeah, I agree. Defense, obviously, the spine is the most important piece of the team, and right now we're talking about center backs not being. We're playing two 19-year-olds at center back right now, so Not
Fair
great.
enough.
Although
Because for us,
Achampong looks good,
guys,
to be honest.
yeah, guys, make sure to hit the guys. We have 700 people here, and we're not even on 200 likes. 300 likes is the target, guys. The like button pushes the show to new viewers. So hit that like button. Looks like thumbs up. If people have been living under the rock and they don't know where it is, looks like thumbs up. Adrian needs the live chat. So close the live chat, hit the like button, get us to 300 likes at least live. And all the guys' channels in the description. Also check out OK Jersey, guys. OKJersey.com is very affordable football shirts. Check them out. Latif Farah is saying it's not just about the result. We are playing better. You guys don't even like your center backs. Why you Chelsea fans lying? We beat you all in a better attack and form.
I mean, I don't know what I said that was anything, but you guys are the form team right now. I'm trying to figure out where this comment is coming from. Sure, you're the form team right now. It's good. Keep it up. See where you go.
We have to keep it up. Big up Mo, big up the whole panel. Smash the likes, people. Thank you, Akia, with the... Is that Arne Slot with another picture or something? Thank you, Akia, for the super chat.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you. Jurgi is saying best teams in the league are the best. Okay, this is the... Can someone just to read this for me?
Out of possession. Best teams in the league are best out of possession, yet no one respects it.
Yes, which is... Who's
Are
the
you
best
referring
team?
to Arsenal, Jurgi?
Arsenal, which is we're going to move to Arsenal in a second.
Maybe.
About the style of play that is gets slaughtered now. Then Spurs last season 17. I don't trust Spurs to actually continue this form. They play Chelsea, then Man United, then Arsenal. They might lose the 3 games and might change the whole conversation. Bro, if Spurs
I'm sorry
win
to say this. Sorry, Cam. They will not lose to United. They don't lose to United at White Hart Lane. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just going to tell you something. I lived in an era, Cam knows this probably. Ashraf, you're old enough, that I lived a long life when I have not seen Spurs beat Man United at all.
Yeah,
And it didn't matter if they had Berbatov.
But now it's changed.
It was a curse, bro.
Same. But recently,
Correct.
it's been.
But it's changed recently.
It's been, but a few of the losses, to be fair, have been. Again, I can't argue them because keeping your head is important. Like the Anthony Martial, I'm going to go all the way back. Anthony Martial red card. I think we had 2 red cards against Spurs the last few games we played them. I will say this: the White Hart Lane game is
Red
the one.
cards are issues.
Oh yeah, no, they're issues. Trust me. I'm saying I wasn't defending my team.
You're taking back your chat all of a sudden now.
No. I'm saying it was a big part of why we lost the game, and it's on us. That was our fault.
You're taking back your chat though.
No, that was on us. That was our fault.
Okay.
We just
you're a United fan here. Oh, the big up. We have a lot of United fans. Oh, guys, United are winning.
They showed up out of nowhere.
And they showed up by the buckets.
We have been doing shows for a whole year, and they were never there. They were never there in the comments.
Bro, buckets,
no
United fans in the chat. Oh, my word. That's why I said, Wallah al-Azim.
It's nice.
Content
it's nice.
is not ready for United Arsenal title races.
Yeah.
It's not ready. United fans here who are a lot of people who predicted United to be top 6 during the summer. I would like to meet these people. I did. When you signed Mbuemo, Konya, Cisco, I did. I swear I did.
I said my expectation was 6. I did not predict it, but my expectation was.
Hell, you guys have fallen off a cliff.
No, but to be fair, our owner has come
saying
out.
United will finish 6th is some edgy opinion now, apparently.
No, it's not edgy. I'm just saying our owner came out and said, that's his expectation of Amorim.
And it was very logical, Cam. 1 game a week. You signed 2 of the best 5 forwards last season in the league, in Konya and Mbuemo numbers wise. You signed Cisco.
Last year. Okay, let's go down our forwards last year. Garnacho had 4 goals. Rasmus, I think, had 2. Xerxes had 2. That is insane.
Also, I'm going to tell you one more thing. By the time we predicted the 6th position, I think me and Hussam speak for ourselves here on MHF. Man United were heavily linked with fucking Baleba. And everyone thought that they're going to get Baleba as well. So you remember that end of August when everyone was like, Man United are getting Baleba and he wants United. And it's like...
He still does.
Ashraf's argument is a waffle because we have been better team in every home game this season, even that 1 loss. I don't rate Amorim, but he got to be fair.
I mean, first of all, I never only spoke about your home games. I spoke about your games in general, like how bad you were against Brentford. I don't think you were that good against Fulham. Burnley, okay, fair enough. At home, you beat them. But I'm sorry, Burnley, you need a 97th minute penalty to beat them at home. That's not a good result. That's not a good performance. So you haven't been that good. You're just lying to yourself if you say you were.
No, the performance was good in the Burnley game. We were a lot better. The Fulham game, you're right, we were trash. The Fulham game, we were so bad. But that's the flip of the Burnley game, because the Fulham game, even though we were trash, Bruno missing that fucking penalty, that's what cost us the game. Like so it's a flip on those two games. Fulham, we were terrible, should have won. Burnley, we were great, should not have had it go that way. It should not have been the last.
That penalty, every time I remember that, he should have stripped of captaincy like on the spot for half time, bro. Like seriously. I can't say it's Arne Slot combined with Lord Varys. Big up Game of Thrones fanatics. Like big up Game of Thrones fanatics. Huh? I like Game of Thrones. I watched it 3 times.
It's the eunuch, it's the eunuch.
Yeah, I like to watch it. Arsenal people. Arsenal Liverpool. Real title race. Arsenal ruining the Premier League. By the way, I love what is happening on my timeline now, where Arsenal fans are finding Liverpool tweets from 2019-16 about set pieces and all this stuff.
So it was an Arsenal fan. So I don't know if you guys know Hand of Arsenal. He's a reputable Arsenal.
100%.
He's the one who started this. He went and dug up all the old tweets of Liverpool fans and journalists and TalkSport and Sky Sports when they were praising Liverpool and other teams for set pieces. And it's basically showing the hypocrisy. And then other Arsenal fans started retweeting what he was doing.
But I have a pushback. I have a pushback on this, which is Ben from the Anfield Index. Actually, he was here. He actually said something on a tweet that is very, I think it's true actually. He said, even though Liverpool were scoring set pieces, you cannot compare the style of play of that Jurgen Klopp team with Salah and Mane and Firmino creating abundance of chances and doing the back heels. You remember the assists and all the stuff, right?
Yeah,
Do
it's more
how
about
Arsenal
style,
play, right? So that brings me to the actual conversation, the style of play. I know that Liverpool scored a lot of set pieces. Trent was brilliant in delivery from corners, right? And set pieces. But also, are we saying that Arsenal's style of play is similar to that Liverpool team? It's impossible.
Nowhere,
Exactly that. So what's why people say
but we are more solid than they were defensively, though. So like it balances things out. Like
I've always said very good, by the way, at that time.
That season we had the strongest defense in the league, I think. Actually,
yeah. I mean, I'm looking at your fixtures right now. First game 4-1 to Norwich conceded. Second game 2-1 conceded. Third game 3-1 conceded. Then Burnley 3-0. Fair enough, you didn't concede. Then conceded to Newcastle. Then conceded to Chelsea.
Games.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to go to the top 10. Then conceded to Sheffield. Conceded to Leicester. Conceded to United. Conceded to Tottenham. And by the way, there's lots of games after. The next game you didn't concede on was game 16. So let's relax. They were conceding in almost every game. You can literally go check it out. And that season, and I don't know if some will remember this, the season you won the league in 2019-2020 on the club. That season, a lot of Liverpool fans will also attest to this if they remember.
My mind went to 18-19.
That season, 2019-2020, if you guys remember.
That year
you
we
both
had
the best
defense in the league.
That is the season where Habibi, that the season they talk about is the season 97 points, where they finished behind City.
The one I'm referring to is the one
they scored a lot of set pieces as well.
And actually, the year after also we had the strongest defense in the league. 22 goals conceded in 18-19 and 33 goals conceded in 19-20. And also a lot of them were like at the end when we lost to Man City and shit, like when the team already
started. But the reason I brought up that season is just to counter what Mo was saying earlier, that you can't compare the styles.
Because I have another one actually.
No. But my point was
blame Arsenal.
Sorry, Mo. Let me just finish this. That style of Liverpool 2019-2020 wasn't free flow, counter-attacking, beautiful football. If you remember, they were grinding out results in many games. That was my point. So that
which one? 1920. 1920,
yes,
they won
the
the
99-point season. Yeah.
In the first 15 games, they were
grinding out results.
They got 99 points.
But they were grinding out results. They're not mutually exclusive statements.
How do you grind out a result the whole season to get 99 points? Is that
I'm talking about the first 10-15 games. They were winning certain games at stoppage time. Like literally 95th minute penalty, 97th minute like winner by Mane. Sam will tell you this. You can go check the results as well. That doesn't mean they were not sustainable. They were not winning games.
I wouldn't say we won too many games.
That's the mark of a champion, to be honest.
It was like 5 or 6.
99 points, 99 points, like grinding out games. 99. Like, how do you do 99 points grinding out games? You gotta be dominant to get 99 points. You can grind out 80 points, 79. You grind out 99
No, but
points.
like it's not grinding out 99
You didn't
points.
get
I don't
my
think that's
point.
what
Again,
he's
I
saying.
can't remember.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't remember every single fucking game, bro. We have watched 6 seasons since then, so it's
Yeah,
hard.
Habibi. Okay, again, because maybe you guys misheard me. I will just read out the first 10 games. 4-1, great. 2-1, 3-1, 3-0, 3-1, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-1, 3-1, 2-1, 2-1. That's grinding out results. You're winning by 1 goal in every game. That is literally grinding out results.
Yeah, but you're winning by
doesn't mean
1 goal as well.
That was my point, Hussam. I'm saying
Yeah, but
because he's saying
but the styles are different though. That's Mo's point. The styles are different. Like I
yeah,
would
but
say
again,
the
I think
styles
I
that
think you
played
guys
on
are
the
thinking
football
of
pitch is
Liverpool
different.
2018. I think
Like
you guys
the
are
more
thinking of
accurate one
Liverpool
would be to
Champions
go
League
look
winners.
at like XG from open play in all those games, and I'm sure we
I don't
wouldn't
know
have
if that
0
stat
points.
was there.
I'm
at the
actually
time.
checking the XG of Liverpool.
I'm not.
so
I'm
low
sure that
in
it wouldn't be
comparison with-
0.3 XG from open play like Arsenal against Palace, as an example.
No, but your XG is pretty low that season. But I remember that season. Liverpool were playing fantastic football.
Your XG, okay, I have it here. Your XGA that season was
Open play,
39.57. Open
said
play, I don't
from
know. But,
open play.
oh, you mean XG, not XGA. Sorry, XG was 75.
68.9 FBRF.
I'm looking at
actually, on FBRF.
understat.com, so fair enough. Okay,
Yeah,
understat
check
has
it on FBRF.
75.19.
Yeah, but okay. So I'm gonna play the devil's advocate for
Okay,
the other
that's even,
side.
by the way,
okay?
that's even worse. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
even
I'm
worse,
gonna do the
69.
other side, guys. Can we get the 300 likes? It's 700 people here. Couch and Cam. Is it Arsenal's fault that everyone is just parking the bus? Rory said that yesterday on the National League, and he explained it. He said teams now are accepting being down 1-0 to Arsenal and not opening up. They would take their chances of getting a counter. Even at 1-0 down against Arsenal, they still play low block. They don't attack. They don't open up.
That's what happened.
Is that their fault? Because Crystal Palace were literally only committing Mateta to the center circle, nothing more.
I think that one was weird because Crystal Palace, when you look at the underlying numbers, have actually been one of the better attacking teams in the league.
On
So-
the counter,
on
but
the
they weren't
counter,
committing
on the
numbers.
on the
Cam.
counter.
But to be fair, like, isn't that what happens when all of our teams are good? Like teams don't want to open up and get absolutely destroyed.
I mean, you're still in the game when even if you are
1-0
staying-
down, yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
in
you
the
stay
game.
compact. You hope to hit them on the counter when
They're
the
getting a
opportunity
draw.
What
arises.
can Arsenal do then? So what can, okay, so I'm watching Crystal Palace. There is a play. Timber had four defenders on him. I'm like, the right back. What can they, like, how can you fix that?
You don't fix it. You
Like,
play
and
with-
if this time crosses, people say cross on it, inshallah. Like, I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah,
Like, if I'm the other, like, what can I do more than control the game and
I don't
hoping that something will open up? Nothing. Eze is trying to shoot. There's 3 players blocking the shot.
Right.
Don't be a sensitive Arsenal fan. Like, understand that that's what's going to happen. People are going to
But the
talk.
media, do you watch the media lately? Do you watch Sky Sports or
talking about
BBC?
the media, not
everyone?
Arsenal.
I don't. So I don't. For me, like, I don't have time to. I consume enough sports that I don't care for what they say on Sky Sports and all these places, because at the end of the day, I watch the games and I understand how the league works. And when you have a team that's a swashbuckling team, like, think about Liverpool, all at attack with Klopp for years. Teams what would they do? 11 men behind the box, break us down. City, same thing. Even though City, the problem is with that is the way they play is so intricate. It was pretty much set in stone that they would break you down. Arsenal don't play like City, even though some people like to say, "Oh, Arteta," they don't play like them. So if you're a football fan and for me, I ignore the media and I think, of course, every single game. I don't like watching Arsenal games right now. They're boring as shit because it is what it is. Teams are going to put 11. Why are you going to go at the best team in the league defensively? First off, Arsenal's defense is fucking stupid this year. It is absolutely dumb and it's annoying. They've conceded 5 chances. So if your team going into that game, why are you thinking, oh, it's going to be different for us? Oh, we're going
5
to
chances in 9 games is wild. Bro. It's fucking wild.
You're thinking I get a draw from this match
And I
The
did
thing that you guys, though, I will say Rory's argument is very weak because when you're the best
Okay.
team in the league, people will park the bus against
That's
you.
it. That's
I mean,
all
This
it
is
is.
happening to every
Chelsea's
team
not
that's
even
top of
close
the
to the
league
best
for the
team.
last this has happened against everyone barring Leicester for the last 20 years, bro.
100%.
Yeah,
Any
and
team
like,
that's top of the league,
we're
I
talking
don't get
about
this for me is the dumbest argument ever. Like if I would say this to Rory's face, it's just a dumb argument. When you're at the top of the world and you're top of the league, so what you want Fulham to come to attack?
But
Arsenal?
no one asked for them
You
to
want
open up.
Palace to attack Arsenal. The reason that people are saying what they're saying about Arsenal and it's justified is you beat Fulham 1-0 with a set piece and you beat Crystal Palace 1-0 with a set piece. So people are going to bring
Which
it
is
up.
good.
Like, what did you
is
expect
very
for
good,
people
yeah.
who are like,
I got 2
oh, well
points to
done, you
this.
beat them
Yeah, but
from a
hold on,
corner.
let Osam finish. He's actually
People aren't
okay.
going to say that stuff. People are going to say, okay, we're watching Arsenal. Because here's the thing. You guys as Arsenal fans are emotionally invested into the game. We're not. We're watching as spectators. We're not watching for emotional investment. We're watching as spectators. We're trying to watch what you're doing out there on the football pitch. And when we
No,
watch
you're not.
Arsenal... What do you mean?
What do you mean? When you're watching as a rival, you're
What do
watching
you
hoping the
mean?
team loses.
What do you mean?
Which means you're emotionally invested in the game.
No, you're
Every
missing
time
the
Crystal
point.
Palace get an
I'll
attack,
tell you
you're
what
obviously-
I mean. Every time we spoke to a City
Okay.
fan and we said you're very boring to watch, even when they were winning, they would come back and go like, yeah, but we're winning games, so why does it matter? Blah, blah, blah. I'm saying when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
emotionally invested, I'm talking about you as a fan of your football club. So you as Ashraf, the Arsenal fan, you're not watching the Arsenal game looking for entertainment or looking for something.
Yeah,
or
yeah, of
looking for
course.
excitement. You don't give
Yeah,
a fuck.
yeah.
We want 3 points. So that's
I mean, I
the
want
different level
entertainment,
that
but
we're
3
talking about.
points is more important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I get
thing.
you.
So, like my constructive criticism of the situation is Arsenal need to be more creative in open play, and that's how this whole narrative will end. Like, what makes this sustainable is the chances you created for Jokeres against Fulham, as an example. Like I said, even after the Palace game, I was like, I feel bad for Jokeres because you're not creating him anything. When you signed Victor Jokeres in the summer, no one thought, oh my God, he's Jogo Bonito, he's the next Roberto Firmino. No one thought that. We already know the type of striker that he is. He's a goal scorer. And you don't create chances for Jokeres. So that's something that might not be helping his confidence, as example, or blah, blah, blah. So that's why when we look at Arsenal, all we're saying is, look, you're very boring to watch. It's not your job to entertain, but we want to be entertained, basically, when we watch football. So you're very boring to watch. You don't score goals from open play, as an example, in the last 2 games. And that's why people are bringing it up. So it's not like some media type narrative. It's not. It's reality. Like, we watch Arsenal. You win the last 2 games 1-0 from a set piece. What do you expect people to go like, oh, wow, well done. Such a fantastic job. Like, no one's going to say that, bro. People are going to criticize the way that you win.
For me, I don't think how we score matters, to be honest. I think what we're doing is sustainable if we keep doing this. I do think we have to have a very strong attack. And right now we're 1 goal less than the 2 teams with the strongest attack. So I don't think it's that big of an issue. I've always said that teams with the best attack are more likely to win the league, but I just meant in the way they score goals. I don't mean like the way we have to create in this specific way or we have to create in that specific way. The reality is our last 4 Premier League games, when Newcastle, West Ham, Fulham and Crystal Palace, we dropped points to all those teams in those same fixtures last season. Every single one of them. We lost 2 and we drew all the 2. And this year we got 12 out of 12, right? Like last season, we went and played really bad against United at Old Trafford and came out with only 1 point. This season, we went and played really bad against United, but came back with all 3 points because of the set piece. So as long as we're able to stay right up there when it comes to scoring goals, whether it's through set pieces or whatever it is. And by the way, eventually, teams are going to give up spaces. Like if you notice the Crystal Palace game, as Mo was saying, there are times when Saka and Timber on the side had 3-4 players running at them to stop corners, right? That's actually something that's going to help us in the long run because it means there's going to be more open space for us in other departments of the pitch to try and exploit and get through balls. And one of our best traders, anyways, is still out injured. And once he's back, that'll obviously help us as well.
Yeah, I don't think that you're wrong in your assessment. Like, just score goals however you can. But like, I think that what everyone's saying or what everyone's been saying is that set piece scoring is certainly not the most sustainable way to win a title. Like, you have to score a variety of goals, different ways. You know what I mean? Not just from set pieces. You got to be, very, very confident in open play. And right now, you guys don't look that way. But to be honest, I don't even think anyone in the league is playing that way right now. Like, for me, this league has become very, very turgid and boring. Like, we're talking about long ball, set piece. Everyone's whipping it into the box right now, like from corners and throw-ins. So I think stylistically, the league has changed a lot, and I don't know what it's going to lead to. But like, we're talking about like low blocks and whatnot. we as a Chelsea team, we face teams that play traditionally we play a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 and change the fundamentals of their setup to play us. So we're playing 5-4-1, 5-3, 5-3-2. Like they're specifically changing the way they play because they know that we're not very effective at breaking down low blocks. So you have to figure out as a team how to score goals in open play, from set pieces, wherever it is. Like there's a multitude of ways to do it, and you cannot sustain this level of play.
Pep Guardiola parked the bus at Emirates. Why should anyone attack?
There you go. Like, right? It's
you think last season when Liverpool were beating everyone that anyone came to Anfield and attacked? Name one team that came to Anfield and attacked. Name one. Other than like,
but that's all.
There's teams in the league that attack everyone, like a Brighton or blah blah blah. But the rest of the clubs, they all came.
So are you saying it's Arsenal's fault? Basically, what I'm hearing from you is Arsenal. It's on Arsenal to start creating from open play. That's on.
Well, I think it's on the team to figure out what teams are doing.
Criticism. Of course, you have to create from open play. How's that anything bad?
So you agree, like watching them is paint dry, like it's just watching paint dry, and all the stuff that is happening in the last 24 hours. About,
I don't think objectively anyone other than Arsenal fans can enjoy watching Arsenal play football.
But do you think it's effective what they're doing now? Because critics saying it's not sustainable.
You change the question.
I'm asking. I'm asking you a new question.
It's also effective.
No, I'm asking you a different question because couch here.
Okay, so change the question then. If it's effective,
yeah, I did.
What's effective is their defense. The way that they defend is very effective. Conceding 3 goals in 9 games is absolutely mental. That's the most effective part of their whole game.
And our set pieces are very effective.
But hold on, but set
if you manage to keep a clean sheet in like 90% of the games, then you put.
By the way, their defense was still strong last season, but they took 14 draws because their attack's not. So are we saying that this season can be a replica of last season where they have a lot of draws? Because based on the narrative that is maybe not from you guys, that set pieces will dry, and now Arsenal don't create chances, and teams will sit back, so there will be more draws.
Bro,
so
I believe. It's categorically impossible for Arsenal to win the next 30 games all 1-0 on a set piece. It's just not going to happen.
But we don't do that though,
as we've seen this season.
No one has said that.
Man City against Liverpool, where they needed the set piece, they had 20 corners, didn't score any. Some teams in this league are going to figure out a way to defend the set piece. Maybe put a player here, a player there, blah, 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 and end up defending it. So set pieces, by definition, even when we scored them, I said they are not sustainable because set pieces is not something that you can do game in, game out. What you can do game in, game out is put Jokers in a one-on-one scoring opportunity. Put Saka in a scoring
impossible to do that.
Put Martinelli in a scoring
I can easily rebuttal that. I can say actually what you're saying is a lot less sustainable because if we keep playing the ball to Gyökeres, through ball, just mark him. Stop all the passes.
Where is the space, Where is the space to play Gyökeres one-on-one? Where is the
set pieces is the one thing you cannot prepare for. No matter what you do.
But critic rebutted you 15 minutes ago. Everyone that will come to the Emirates is going to park the bus. Deal with it. Simple as that.
Which is good. Wait. So guys, listen to this. Hussam is saying everyone is going to come to the Emirates or whatever, play against Arsenal, they're going to park the bus. So deal with it. And we are dealing with it by scoring with set pieces if we cannot break them down with open play.
I would be careful that I don't maybe I'm the only one that thinks this. I don't think that winning by set pieces week after week is sustainable.
So it's not.
But guys, what you guys are doing is you're taking a certain statement, you're turning it into some sort of hyperbole. We don't win games every single week by set pieces. We beat West Ham with no set pieces. From open play, the first goal, and then second one was okay. It's a penalty, but Hussam said set pieces are not penalties, are not set pieces.
Yeah, I don't believe
it.
But one thing, Mo said.
Okay, fair enough. So we beat West Ham without any set pieces.
Okay, but one thing, real quick, because Mo said earlier last year Arsenal's defense was really good, right? Set pieces were pretty good too. What Arteta has done this year, to be fair, as he's gone, I'm going to double down and lean into what our strength is, and that's defense. At the end of the day, Arsenal, to win this league, it's going to be on the fact that they get clean sheets. That's what it's going to be.
Yep.
They are going to need to, everybody here, you have to be a complete, you have to be on Mars to believe that winning via set piece is going to win you. It's just not. But I also agree with Ashraf. They're going to score goals. They have had, to be fair to them, Havertz, who's one of their better connectors, Gyökeres has proven to the conversation around the type of striker that Arsenal needed is going to be a very interesting one all year because the way they score goals, and we can't knock the way they score goals because they have big guys. They've got
the guys who cross the ball for them are the best in the world. Never mind just the league. Like you've got Rice and Saka. When that ball comes in, even when Odegaard's playing, like those balls are ridiculous. They are extremely hard to defend against. So there is going to be a
Cam, they were ridiculous last year.
No, I know. But my point is,
January from May, until May, all their forwards were out.
But here's the
Declan
thing.
Rice was still there and Saka was still there.
now-
They had
but-
that corner ability.
but
Why
here's
didn't they
the-
win games?
But here's the difference.
no one can
Now-
answer that
Gabriel,
now-
I did answer it a couple of times, but you just not to ignore
But my
it.
point is, now this year they have.
Gabriel
to
was out from
They
March
really have to
onwards.
hope. Arsenal
January,
has-
February.
I know.
Listen, Arsenal has to hope that Gyökeres does turn into a striker who scores the chances that Havertz missed last year, because there were chances that were created and fashioned by Arsenal last year that were open play chances, and Havertz just couldn't finish them because he's not a striker. So my thing is, for Arsenal to win this league, Gyökeres will have to be better because he cannot just rely on the
of
set
course.
pieces. He's going to have to score those gilt-edged chances because they're going to create some. They're not going to create a shit ton, but they're going to create enough that he's going to need to put those away. Like that is facts. Like we being disingenuous if we say they didn't create it. Like we can't say that Havertz is a shit finisher and misses gilt-edged chances and then say, but Arsenal don't create. So what was he missing? He was missing chances that Arsenal were creating. And that was a big part of the narrative last year. And I'm not trying to say, oh, Arsenal's going to all of a sudden start creating. They will create chances and Gyökeres will have to score them. If they don't, we will see a City, we will see a Liverpool get back in that conversation because we'll start seeing a lot of draws. And draws,
And by the way,
cost you the league. Like when we talk about not
it's funny. I went to the first two results in January: draw to Brighton, draw to Villa. Both of them, Gabriel played and Rice played. Draw.
I hear you. So
yeah,
you need
but
to create better chances.
again,
When
how
I
does
say
that disprove our
sustainable, I'm
point?
not making
How
it
does
up.
that disprove our
So when
point?
you have
Okay,
your
fine,
forwards out,
fine.
that game actually even Havertz
I'll let you
played.
finish.
When you have
I'll let
like
you finish.
when you were playing Moreno up top or whatever it is in January time, in February time, when you needed wins, you didn't win them using set pieces. So when we say they're not
Okay.
sustainable, we're not bringing it out of nothing. I agree with Critic completely. You can't say that winning by set pieces is sustainable because no team has done it for that long the whole season. Teams will figure it out. Every team now has a set piece coach. Every team has someone that they have so much evidence to go through that they will eventually, not even next game, not the game after, maybe by December time, but there will come teams that will figure it out. It's as simple as that.
So just to rebuttal, a couple of things. For starters, Hussam said, oh, how come teams figured it out from Jan to May? It has nothing to do with Arsenal were in bad form. Arsenal weren't performing well. Arsenal had injuries. Arsenal had this. It had nothing to do with that. The teams that figured it out from Jan to May, suddenly when the season started, they did a reboot to their brains and they forgot how to defend from what they did last season. If teams figured it out from Jan to May, it doesn't stop in the summer and goes away and now you need to download the program again. There's a reason why we're still destroying teams with set pieces. Secondly, Hussam wants to pick the examples that suit his narrative to say, why didn't you do it against this team? Why didn't you do it against Liverpool this season? Why didn't you do it against City? But he won't mention the games where we needed a set piece and we scored and we won using those set pieces, like your Fulham, like your Crystal Palace, like your Forest, which, by the way, it's so funny that initially the set pieces conversation has changed over the years. Do you guys remember, as it 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, when the first 7 games or 8 games of the season, we had like 7 penalties and people were saying, oh, but penalties are not sustainable. And the definition of set piece changed then to, well, Arsenal scoring headers from corners and set pieces. And 2 of the games where people are saying you only won because of set pieces were literally set pieces that we took, it rebounded, and the players did a freaking volley and scored it. 10, 15, 20 years ago, nobody called that a set piece goal ever. If the ball rebounded from a corner and someone got the ball and freaking volleyed it in, that was considered an open play goal because it took massive skill to be able to volley the ball that way. But when Subamendi and Eze do it, well, it's another set piece goal. The last thing I'll say on this is Hussam wants to say last season it didn't work, right? It failed. The season before that, when we finished on 89 points and challenged, set pieces were a big part of why we went that far. We won a lot of games with set pieces.
You scored a lot of open play goals. A lot.
But we also scored a lot of set pieces. We had the highest set pieces in that
No one is
that
saying you
season.
shouldn't score a lot of set pieces.
By far.
You're changing the narrative.
That's okay. And this is actually my last point now.
We're talking
this
percentages.
is what Hussam is also missing.
Do you think
Hussam
it's okay to be 17th in the league in open play
1 second.
goals?
Hussam is making it seem like from here till the end of the season, Arsenal, every single game, if they don't get a set piece, they're not going to win. The reality is, as I mentioned before, how we score does not matter. What matters is we score. Currently, the team with the best XG, the best attack, this season, which is City, have 16.9 XG. Again, according to Understat. Maybe sites will differ. Arsenal are at 16.47 or something, or I don't know how much. Like they're like literally 0.3 or something behind them.
Now do XG
right?
from open
This
play
is-
or 8
this is-
in the league.
This is one. Yeah, but that's my point. Why does it matter? Because I can easily tell you if we're only 0.3 or 0.4 behind at 9 games, then the best attack in the league.
Why
How
it
do you know it's
matters
going to
is
differ by the end of the
percentages.
season?
I've explained it to you, but you ignore it. What matters is the percentages. You can't be 17th in open play goals in the whole league and think that it's okay. If you think that's okay, that's
can.
fine. But guess what? Ashraf,
You know-
come January time, if Arsenal go a period of 4-5 games where they aren't scoring goals, you come like, Arteta doesn't creative.
Ashraf
Arteta
City's
this,
not the
Arteta
number one
that.
team in
We
XG.
know how you'll change the narrative. You
Palace.
speak about us changing the narrative. You'll
No,
change
I
it come
said the
January
best
time.
attack in the team have
We remember the
16.97
set piece
XG.
sustainable thing.
We
no
have
worries.
16.22.
Because-
All my
because-
point is we've been doing this for the last 3 seasons,
17th
but
in the league. 17th.
we've been
in
doing this.
open
We've
play
been doing
goals.
this for the.
And but,
Yeah,
but
Habib,
me
last
and
season.
Chris
Wait,
are
wait.
crazy
You know,
for saying unsustainable.
you know why your argument is garbage. You know why your argument is garbage because again, 2 seasons ago when we challenged for the league and finished with 89 points, by half season we were 14th or 15th in the league for big chances created overall, not just open play or set pieces. Overall
Great,
in the
and
league,
Mo
we
will
were
be the first
15th.
to tell you January onwards you
How-
changed.
how
And
did-
that's
how
why you
did
won
we- how
16
did-
from 18.
How did we end the season then? No, but
وانا
wait,
مش
wait,
سامع
wait. We
منه
didn't
اي
change.
حاجه اقسم بالله العظيم. I didn't
We
I
didn't
didn't
change because
listen
we
to
were still
Osama's
scoring
question
set
again.
pieces.
Can I Osam said Mo's
Yeah, go
tell him
ahead.
something.
Ashraf was talking about you're talking about the 89
Yes.
point season, right? The Son miss season.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 20
Yes.
Okay, Mo will tell you himself
23.
Yes.
January onwards they changed the way you play football. Your goal difference
How
is
do we-
actually your goal difference is
Yeah.
actually pathetic, and then Arteta changed it, and you started playing attacking football.
That's
and then
after
you
the
started-
Dubai one. After the
Yes,
Dubai one.
after Dubai trip, exactly. You started beating teams 6-0, Sheffield away. I remember 4-0, 4-1 against Newcastle at home. So you scored so
And-
many
and
chances
how-
in open play.
Wait,
It's
and
funny how you're talking about us being narrative based, but you
Okay.
only mentioned August until January. Why didn't you mention January until
That's
May?
the best part. That's the best part.
Where you
because
won 16
Hussam-
out of 18 games.
You done? That's the thing. Hussam thinks he says something that I don't have a rebuttal for. But I'll say something that he has no answer for. Go look at how many games that season in 23-24, after January, we opened the scoring or we had set-piece goals that made us win the game. There are many, many games we won because
Sorry,
of
when
set
you win
pieces. Because
6-0, there is no set piece that made you win the game.
yeah, but
If I go
yeah,
back
but
to
I
the
know, but you
results,
still
I
open.
remember them.
Wait.
You beat
You know
Newcastle
how
by
that?
4.
You know how you know that's
You
bluffing?
beat-
Because
you
I
beat
did a show with
Sheffield by
Hussam this
beat
season.
Burnley by 6. I
did
the,
a show with
me and
Hussam
Chris
this
apparently
season.
Are this like narrative people, but even Mo will agree. From after
He knows,
the Dubai
he knows,
trip,
he knows his
attacking
point is going to
football.
get destroyed. He knows his point is going to get destroyed, which is why he's saying this. I did a show with Hussam this
Who?
season. Or what? No, with Hussam, not you, Mo. Relax. I did a show with
He
Hussam
agreed
this
with me.
season where I literally came and told him, and he agreed with me at the time. One of the main reasons we slapped up Leeds is because we opened the scoring with a set piece from Timber. And when we opened the scoring and they had to come out a bit more, we destroyed them afterwards. And Hussam agreed with me that show. So you can beat teams 5-6-0 and open the scoring with set pieces. Or were you lying and disagreeing with me for the sake of it that time? Well, which one is it?
Do you understand the difference between being 17th in open play goals versus scoring a goal in a 6-goal thriller using a set piece? Do you understand how illogical you
Okay.
sound? Big up to Souls. He's watching
So
this right now.
we didn't smash. We didn't
Big up
smash. We didn't
Souls. Big up
smash.
Souls. Big up Souls from the Cora pod. Make sure guys check it out. And this guy is even Arteta in.
Now
he's
he'll
even
say
more-
big up Souls because he
He's
wants to
even more
use them as
positive than
a-
Ashraf. He just messaged me. Wallah, he just messaged
But when
me
he
that.
streams with them, he curses at
Tell
him.
Ashraf to stop being disingenuous. 17th from open play is a bad stat and is very worrying. There's backing Arsenal set pieces, and then they're saying 17th from open play is not bad.
I never once. All I'm saying
Because
is,
you're
as
defending
long
it
as
like
we are
crazy.
able to score goals, because by the way, outside the Fulham game, oh sorry, the what was the last game? The Crystal Palace game. Our XG in the other games was like 2+. Fulham was 1.87 or something. The
How
others were
much
all
from
2 and above.
open play?
How does that matter? We get set pieces every
Because
game.
that's my
How does that
argument.
matter?
That's my argument.
Your argument.
If your argument is Ronaldinho dribbles better than Salah, my rebuttal cannot be Salah is a better goal scorer. What does this have to do with it?
So your rebuttal is Arsenal will
My
not get
argument
set
is
pieces
not
moving
open play. That's my argument.
Okay, one second. So basically, you're saying one of two things. Either you're saying Arsenal will not keep getting set pieces in the games, or they'll keep getting set pieces until the end of the season. But teams will figure it out and they'll stop all their set pieces. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to clarify.
I'm saying that set piece goals aren't sustainable. That's what I'm saying. Very crystal clear statement.
Okay, fine. Fine. We had that argument last time, and we showed you that it's not. It is, but it is fair enough.
Okay, it's sustainable for you. For me, it's not sustainable.
Okay, fair. If you
No,
say
it's
so.
actually the percentage of goals from open play is actually the last in the league.
What?
Yeah, but that won't continue. It's only 9 games.
Like the percentage of goals versus your total goals you scored, Arsenal have only scored 30% of their goals from
Correct.
open play. That is number 20th in the league. That is the last in the league.
Okay.
And the
And-
sorry, go ahead.
In terms
Go
of the percentage of XG from open play, Arsenal are 19th actually. No. The
And-
open play goals, they are 70. So
Yeah.
Osam is right. But their percentage of their goals is actually they are the last in the league. Last.
And the
Dead
reason
last.
I'm saying it doesn't matter because again,
I actually
if you look
didn't
at
check that before. Actually.
if you look back at 2 seasons ago, by half season, 49% or something like crazy of our goals by December were from set pieces, and by the end of the season it was like 33 or something. And we were also 15th in the Premier League for big chances created overall, not just set pieces or open play.
In January,
Overall,
and
we
then
were
you turned it
15th.
around.
We ended the season being top 5, and Hussam saying January to April you scored this. Go check
I've
a
got a
lot of games
question.
we scored
I've got a
set pieces
question,
in those
guys.
games.
Let me just bring the stats
Can
from
I,
the
play,
season.
can I put you the stats? This is right here.
Let me bring the
What's
stats.
the XG, guys, no, here's a real question.
Yeah,
though.
can I just say one thing,
what
please,
is the
Campaign? Because I've been
XG?
opening up tabs. I'm just gonna read numbers. Okay, this is all open play XG, just purely open play XG. Open play XG. I'm gonna use the game
Which
that he
game
loves,
is
which is Arsenal West Ham, so he doesn't say you're being disingenuous. You didn't bring the one game where we were, and then he started crying. Arsenal West Ham open play. Every number I'm gonna say now, just so I don't keep repeating. Open play XG 1.61. Crystal Palace 0.17.
That's not bad at all.
Fulham.
1.610.
I'm not saying all of them. are bad. Can I
1.61 is
finish?
good.
Can I
Sorry,
finish?
go ahead.
I didn't. I'm not saying all of them is bad. Relax. Anyway, so going back again. Arsenal against Crystal Palace 0.17. Arsenal Fulham 1.34. Arsenal Newcastle 1.42. Arsenal Manchester City 0.57. Arsenal Leeds 0.97. Arsenal Manchester United 1.29. Arsenal Nottingham Forest 1.01. So your biggest XG from open play in all the Premier League games this season is 1.61. The biggest. There are some games where you have 0.17, 0.5, 0.3, all from open
I'm
play.
curious. But I'm curious what those stats look like in the UCL too. So, and the reason I bring that up, as much as I don't compare leagues, I don't care that much, is we started this conversation about how teams are playing against Arsenal and how teams have started to shift the way they're playing against Arsenal. So, putting it into context, like they are, I believe, going to finish this season on very low XG. They just are. Whether they win or not, it's impossible for them to not when teams are setting up low blocks. The City game, I find interesting that it was 0.57. I watched it, but I don't remember how it went. But like those are two teams that like the United game, the one
goal as well.
Yeah, the goal, like for me, when I think about the United game, that was a very back and forth game. That was a very there were chances, there weren't big chances, but there was a lot of back and forth. Like we had better chances, but they created. So I think I'm curious about when we watch the way these teams play them, like the UCL teams are going at them for the most part, is my guess. The Prem teams are going to start low blocking more and more, but I am shocked with the Crystal Palace one. I'm very shocked that Crystal Palace didn't go there and try to win the game.
0.17, imagine.
Like no, that one's shocking to me because they're top of the league for XG. They're tactically good. So for them to
they couldn't. Every time they tried to go with Mateta, Saliba fucking bumps into him, Gabriel bumps into him.
So I'm curious to see
and freaking Oliver let's just put that in perspective. Against Liverpool, and Osam will tell you this, when they actually didn't attack Liverpool, like they were transition and counter attacks, right? But Liverpool are way more wide open that they literally committed 5 players, Cam. Against Arsenal, they would commit 2 players, and that is by prayers. You know, like someone pray, the second player would try to follow Mateta.
I checked that all their open play XG in the Champions League is way better. Watch this. Open play XG against Atletico, 1.44. Open play XG against Olympiacos.
But that answers you. They can create.
That actually answers your
That
question.
answers
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
They can
It debunks your
create.
point immediately.
But teams
So
don't
the point
open
that I
up.
was Sam, the reason I brought that up, so that
How does
exactly
that
answers
answer
my
my point?
question.
Wait, because you both are laughing. How does that answer?
No,
my
I'm not
point?
laughing. No, it's not your question. The reason what I'm bringing up
That
was my point.
rebuttals your point, Osam, that they
No, it
can
doesn't,
create
because
if teams open up against them.
how does it rebuttal my point when that's what me and Critic are saying Arsenal should do?
No, I mean, well,
So
no,
they're capable of doing it, but they're not doing it in the
well,
Premier
Sam,
League.
they're
Now
not.
what?
But this is the thing. This is where context.
By the way, guys, just a quick stat check, because Hussam is saying Ashraf does not want to mention January to May in 23-24. So I looked at the things. The first game after Dubai, literally the first game, we slapped up Crystal Palace 5-0. Our first 2 goals were from corners, Gabriel, or set pieces, right? We slapped up West Ham 2 weeks later, 6-0, right? Or 3 weeks later, after the Liverpool 3-1 win. First goal, Saliba from a set piece. We played Burnley 5-0. Okay, first one was Odegaard, fair enough. We played Newcastle, slapped them 4-1. First goal from a corner. Saka took the corner, Botman own goal. We beat Spurs 3-2. First goal from a corner.
Who's arguing
This
first
guy just
goal, though?
waffles. We beat Brentford 2-1, and the second goal was from
I rebutted
one of
this
them
an
was a
hour
set
ago,
piece.
but his
So,
head's gone.
so my point back to the
If you
No,
UCL
you
score a
thing.
didn't.
set piece goal out of
Hold
5
on.
goals, no
My
one will say
point
it's
back to the
unsustainable.
UCL
It
thing.
was
right?
the
Okay.
opening. No,
Ashraf,
Cam,
for the
one second,
100th time, we're talking percentages. I
No,
hope
but
you
this
understand.
is hold on.
It
Real
was
quick,
the opening
I gotta
goal of
dip,
the
but
game, which means
I think-
before the set piece, we were struggling to open the game.
I do think I
That's
think
the
something
point.
exactly, and I think
Sorry,
something's
Gam, go.
disingenuous when we talk about when we're like as of right now, where we are in the table, where we are in the season. Arsenal's XG is going to be bad. So as long as they continue to do like by the end of the season, teams will open up more. You're gonna get to the point where you play teams that are relegation sides who are like, we have to fucking win this game. So we're going to play differently. I think it's tough. That's why I wanted to know about the UCL one, because everybody in the UCL is trying to win. No one's trying to
Yeah,
punt
the
the
UCL,
puck,
they have much higher.
right?
open
They don't have a
points,
choice. So my
which is
whole
what
point
me and
here
Critic on them
is
in the Prem,
we
but
have
they're
to
not.
look at it over the whole. This is where critics' point makes the most sense. We're being really reactionary to a couple games because as the season goes, I do believe you will eventually see that teams are gonna have to play differently. They're not. You can't just go for the draw. You can't just. And when they do that, I am quite confident that Arsenal, because what we've seen them do against teams who do it, will create chances. Back to my original point: will Gyökeres score those chances? That is the true question because he is going
The
to
funny-
be the
funny
one
thing is,
that they
Cam,
fall to.
his-
And if he
His
doesn't,
issue.
no, but if he doesn't, Ashraf, if we go all the way,
Yeah.
if you create all those chances that Havertz was missing, that Martinelli and Trossard weren't hitting, if Madueke and Gyökeres come in and they score those chances, Arsenal win this league. If they don't, you will see Liverpool or City come back. I gotta go. But that's my way of summarizing this whole thing.
Yeah.
I think it is far too early to say they're not going to keep winning on set. Well, guess what? They've done it so far. We need to start seeing what's going to happen when teams open up because they will. But great.
Madueke not so much, but the Gyökeres.
Thanks for having me, Mo. I just want to say that.
Big up.
I'm not necessarily convinced that teams are going to open up. To be honest, I think it's the opposite. You're going to play teams like Arsenal and you're going to look to at least try and secure a point. Opening up is not going to be something that you're going to be wanting to do, which is why I think you're going to have to find a more, like we're talking about a variety of goals. And I know you've already illustrated that. Yeah, we score like this, we score like that. We've shown that already. I think what Hussam was trying to point out, and maybe it wasn't really articulated correctly, is the fact that like percentage-wise, if you're relying specifically 70% of your goals are coming from set pieces, I don't think that that's a sustainable number. I really don't.
Yeah, but it will not be, right? Like,
So
the thing is, if I ask you, Critic, or if I ask Hussam, or if I ask Mo,
goals from set pieces.
Yeah. If I ask any of you guys by the end of the season, what's the percentage of goals Arsenal will have from set pieces out of their overall goals? None of you guys will tell me more than 40%. All of you guys will say less than 40%. So we all
this
know
number will even out, and then it becomes unsustainable. Like I say, it's going to be 20 to 30%, something like that.
What do you mean it'll become? I don't understand what you mean. Like
it's going to be like 20 to 30%.
Yeah, so that means that won't be a problem then by the end of the season. That means we'll be scoring goals from open play as well.
No one is saying it's a problem. We're saying right now Arsenal have to create more from open play, which we said fucking an hour and a half ago.
I don't know. I think what we have been doing the last 5-6 games since Newcastle basically has been fantastic. As long as we continue that way, I don't know if we will continue that way. I hope we do. I hope we don't end up like giving spaces at the back and just becoming a bit shaky defensively. I think as long as we do what we've been doing the last 5-6 games, especially with Odegaard back and Havertz coming, even though I don't rate him, but he will provide obviously good depth. I think we'll eventually start scoring even more goals and we'll start getting 4 or 5 goals. For me, I think the main thing you guys are bringing is just how we open up the scoring. And a lot of times when teams play against low blocks and they're not able to break them through, they don't have a second solution. We have a second solution. West Ham gave us spaces. We managed to score. Fulham and Crystal Palace, who we couldn't beat last season, and in fact, Fulham we couldn't beat the last 2 seasons, didn't give us those spaces. They tried to shut us out as much as possible. We broke them through a set piece. So for me, it's a very, very good weapon to have.
Let me see now what the people are saying in the chat before we actually, because there's a lot of them. Per my previous chat, I was primarily thinking of the mainstream media, to be fair. The likes of Paul Morrison and ESPN FC were saying we'd be lucky to be even ninth. I'm going to tell you something, my friend. You're absolutely spot on, because I just listened to someone on the Sky Sports saying that if Man United get top 6, it's an amazing and a phenomenal season, and you should have a statue, something like this. And I think that was just rubbish, to be honest. He was like, they'll be dreaming if they get top 6. So I hear what he's saying about the mainstream media will say Man United will not even get top 6. A die-hard Arsenal fan in the United States here. Big up my man. Thank you so much. Love what you guys do. Why are rivals fans scared of the thought of Arsenal winning the league this season?
Because Arsenal fans like Ashraf exist who are very annoying. So it's going to be a long summer.
I genuinely, I'm not. I actually keep telling Hussam, I never invite me to Al Ahwa because I'm not good at cooking and banter. So if Arsenal win, I'm the last Arsenal fan they should ever worry about, because I'm not like, I think they should worry about Igal, Saad, those kind of guys who have that skill to like.
Gunnar Solskjaer is annoying. Gunnar Solskjaer is annoying, and they weren't even top of the league. I remember Liverpool were top of the league.
Exactly. I'm never like that. If Arsenal win the league,
bro,
I'll just feel like we're the best team in the world and we'll move on.
Bro, I love it. I love it. You remember? I remember Hussam was the most arrogant person. I hated that guy. When we faced Liverpool in the Champions League, oh my God, the arrogance, the way he spoke. And I'm like, who the fuck is this, bro? I wanted to punch him, bro. Like these days, bro.
Trust me.
Maybe Hussam was arrogant.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm
gonna tell you something. It's part of being YouTube. I was very annoying on Al Ahwa when we beat Arsenal 1-0 with the penalty last season. Sam will tell you, Saad hated his life that day, right?
Who's your daddy now?
Who's your daddy? Bro, Saad wanted he wanted to jump off the stream. We're all like this. It's just fine. It's
absolutely my whole family is our scouts, Liverpool fans. So I've grown up with this whole idea that, never see them win the league, but they're the best teams kind of thing. And like Hussam was kind of like the epitome of that. Like just watching him on streams and stuff like that was the epitome of that. So my hatred for the Scouts goes deep. Like I kid you not, my family is deep in it. So yeah, I don't want to see that. Liverpool, Arsenal. I have friends that are Arsenal.
I understand why Arsenal fans, people. You know what? I'm just gonna move on from Super Chat. Just the last thing. You know why Arsenal fans, people can't take them seriously? Because they never won the Champions League or the Premier League in 20 years.
Exactly.
And they talk, and they're like, why are you talking now? Win it first.
I agree.
Ask Osam.
We do talk a lot for someone who hasn't won for. I was watching a video today. Sorry, last thing. I was watching a video yesterday. I don't know, it came in my links and I was like, oh, I remember this. And I watched it. And Hussam was saying in that video, it was Don Hussam's channel. And he was saying in that video, guys, we have won 5 out of 5. And we're playing bad. So imagine what happens when we play good. It's only up from here.
When it clicks.
It's like, guys, we played like crap and we won 5. Imagine how dangerous we're going to be when Isak is fit, when he's back from international break. And I was like, oh, this
nuclear weapon. He used to tell me.
Was I not on that stream? I believe I was on that stream.
To be honest with you.
No. It was not. I think Staffy was on the stream.
Oh, wow.
He used to ask me every time I speak about the performance of Liverpool, he's like, what if we bring on the nuclear weapon? And I'm like, okay, he should cook, Isak is coming in.
Oh, Isak.
Isak, because Isak was not playing. And they're like,
yeah.
That's Paz. Big up Paz, actually. Ask Osam if he's a fan of Van Delegator's twerk.
No one. I'm not a fan of men twerking.
This is bad.
I do think people are going a bit too hard on Van Dijk. I think he's been bad, not bad. He's been okay.
Again, someone actually, a journal, like there is a guy that is on Twitter that said something. Someone said Arne Slot should bench Van Dijk just to bring like a little bit.
What?
And the guy's response is very simple. Okay, if everyone plays bad, we're gonna bench Salah, Wirtz, Gakpo, Conor Bradley, Kirkes, Van Dijk, Konate. Who's playing then?
Exactly.
Like who's playing? And I kind of felt his point. Like some Liverpool fans take it to the extreme. Bench Salah and Bradley and Konate and who's playing then? Who's gonna play on the pitch? You know, McAllister shouldn't start. But that's your team. That's the team that won the league.
They should have got a DM.
You didn't buy 7 players to grind out results. Fair enough. That is for
what we bought 7 players to win the league. That's what we're trying to do. And right now we're on course to do it. I don't think we will, but I'm just saying, like right now we're on course to do it.
Guys, we need to get to 300 likes before I end these super chats, guys. We're 50 likes away from actually 300. So go ahead, hit that like button. 3 wins for Man United was tight or open games. Actually, some of them were tight. Some of them were not as open as you think. Liverpool game was. Wasn't the Liverpool game tight between you and them? Like it wasn't.
It was tight, yeah.
So
the result, in terms of the result, it was tight. Like the 2-1, it was nervous.
Open game, not results. You're changing his super chat. Yani what? I don't get it.
I thought Sunderland was very tight for them. Sunderland defended the whole game.
I'm sorry, I didn't watch Sunderland.
What's our XG from open play?
8th in the whole league.
Brian, it's 8. Yeah, it's something like this. Guys, listen to Luke. Thank you, Luke, for reminding everyone to hit that like button. Like the damn video, people. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. Latif, in any sport, athlete want to produce for their brand and team, and these players like Eze and Johnny Bravo gonna wanna score just like every player.
Bravo is crazy.
Yeah, I'm not following. But what does that mean?
Johnny Bravo's Jokeras.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like, what is that referring to?
Yeah,
like,
I don't get what the super chat means.
Latif, everyone wants to score. That is just a known thing. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for the $5 though.
He means that they would want to score from open play. I actually don't think that the players care as much who scores as long as the team is winning. Same for Man City. Nobody cares. As long as Haaland's getting the goals, nobody would care, Latif. Simply. Arsenal play with the highest defensive line in the league, most touches in opposition box. We're 8 in open play XG. Goals will come. 3rd in total XG. Chelsea fan is waffling.
Yeah, but being 8th in open play XG is not a flex. It's a
I don't know
thing.
why is the Chelsea fan waffling?
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
High defensive line, you need to put that into perspective. Where are Calafiori and Timber in that high line?
Very high.
There's a difference between Liverpool high line where it's just Van Dijk and Konate. I need to also ask where is Zubimendi? Where is Rice?
Okay, hold on.
We spoke about
quite
Chelsea
high, yeah. I don't know.
Hold on. Calafiori and Timber are higher than Conor Bradley and Kirkes. That's fact. That's genuinely. You know that Kirkes stays at the back, right, Osam? You know, you complain about Kirkes not overlapping every stream.
Also, I don't know if this stat.
Forward.
Maybe Mo can confirm. I don't know if the stat of most touches in the opposition box is still true. It was true 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. I don't know if it's still a fact, but if you have the most touches in the opposition box, how could anyone say we're not trying to create or do something? Like,
how many of those
set pieces does not set pieces does not give you the most touches in the opposition box. You know what gives you the most touches in the opposition box? It doesn't, because you literally cross one header. That's one touch. What do you mean? Unless you're saying we get 100 corners in one game. What are you trying to say? To get the most touches in opposition's box, it means you have to be passing the ball there.
Moving it around. Arsenal are actually very offensive.
I literally checked that. Okay, hold on. I just checked Jurriën Timber versus Conor Bradley. The heat map of Jurriën Timber is higher than Conor Bradley. I can go check Calafiori.
No, but Hassam's eyes know better. Hassam's eyes definitely have seen something else. Timber has been playing next to Raya.
I can check Kirkes. Maybe listen. I'm not gonna say Osam. Like maybe he doesn't see that.
He interrupted me when I was speaking about Zubimendi and Rice, because in the Chelsea section,
no, go ahead.
Tell you we were mentioning Caicedo and Enzo as being part of the defense. So you can't pick and choose. There is a high line and then there's a high line. The problem with us is how offensive our midfielders are and how offensive our fullbacks are, which therefore basically allows our centre backs to get abused. The goal that Brentford scored against us will never happen against Arsenal because they have a DM present. And Calafiore is inverted into midfield a lot of the time as well.
Okay.
We don't have that. We don't have that structure of defending.
Declan Rice has more touches in the
that's
final
bad, yeah,
third than Gravenberch actually this season.
Touches is not a measuring stick. That's just because Liverpool are crap.
Okay. I'm
In
just
the
saying the
opposition box or
Arsenal,
in the final third.
I would agree with you. The Arsenal actually are not a risk-taking team in terms of creating chances. 100%, I agree with you. This so that touches in the final third, they pass the ball a lot, right? But they aren't like sitting deep. Arsenal genuinely, factually play like the highest team.
No, I'm not
league,
saying
actually.
Arsenal are sitting deep. I never made that claim.
Okay, so but they play the highest line factually in terms of positioning on the pitch.
Yeah,
And
I know. I never debunked that claim. I'm just saying let's look at the protection that they have because that's what gives them that defensive structure.
Actually, I think the recovery is what gives me and you discuss it. We can discuss it, but I don't want to stay here for long. The recovery. You say that Arsenal, all of them go deep once they lose the ball. If they don't get it in the first 5 seconds, Liverpool, the press continues. That's why your midfield is wide open.
I don't know about that.
Actually, that is very true. Arsenal run back to position.
No, I didn't.
Sometimes a bit too much.
I was speaking more about.
Yes,
like Liverpool.
I agree with this.
Liverpool just don't have the energy to the recovery pace.
No, I think it's instructions. The
No,
manager
it's
talk about.
it's press.
Yeah, the manager speak about this in the. Listen, Osam is going to do a show analyzing Liverpool in about like an hour, right? You go watch
more than instructions.
all of them. It's definitely instructions, without a shadow of a doubt.
It's more than instructions.
How? You aren't
because you don't have any legs in the midfield right now. Like there's nobody.
Last season,
yeah, only Szoboszlai, yeah.
Only Szoboszlai.
Guys, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai used to run their ass off from the midfield as well last season.
Has the legs this year?
No, McAllister's more positioning. It wasn't like
guys. I'm not gonna. I don't. There's no time for this. Is another discussion about Liverpool. We can do it another day, guys. Simply, Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai play in the midfield, and Arne Slot asked him to go press with the rest of the team, and they leave every position behind them empty, and they don't go back.
The reason
that is instructions. That has nothing to do with legs.
The recovery, though. It's the recovery. That's what we're talking about. They don't have legs to recover. You know,
Curtis Jones can run. Okay, we're not gonna.
All right, we'll have to do this again next time because I've been watching their games the last little while, and they don't look like they have the recovery pace. And when they press, they don't press with the real energy and verve. So that's how I see it.
Okay, Arsenal do not play for set pieces. We try to score from open play and get a lot of set pieces chances. We convert the set pieces. What has changed this season is our defense efficiency. Well, I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't think that Arsenal. Okay, I saw Arsenal last season literally kick the ball against an opposition to get a corner. I don't see it this season at all. By the way, I didn't see it once. By the way, this season.
Yeah.
But last season, I saw it when Trossard used to hit the ball against the opposition to get a corner. I saw it last season. This season,
and don't get me wrong, there are moments this game that I've criticized. All breed the Newcastle game. I remember I came on the show and I said, why the hell are we taking free kicks against Liverpool from our half, playing it forward? Why are we taking throw-ins from the very first minute and trying to launch it deep in when we can just keep circulating the ball? I agree with all of that, but we've changed all of that, in my opinion, in the last 4 or 5 games.
We're not 17th, bro. Sky did that on purpose, so they lied, Brian. I literally just showed you. They lied. He didn't lie. Like, you can go check.
Wait,
open
17th,
play goals.
What is 17th, what?
It's 17th in open play goals. You're number 70. You scored 5 goals only. You're 17th. Someone can fact check it.
It's sustainable, though, critic.
Come on, guys. No Arsenal fans saying we win the Premier League using set pieces. Only Eucharist and Odegaard and others will be back and will get better. There are third and fourth gear. Probably. Hope.
Tell this guy, don't tell us.
Tell Ashraf, not Simon.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, also fans saying we win PL using set pieces only. Gyökeres and others. Yeah, exactly. I never said we only win by set pieces. But Sam is the one saying not sustainable. We had this argument on his stream. I'm not going to bring the whole argument again. I literally said what do you view Arsenal set pieces as? Do you think it's the way they rely on this to score goals, or do you think it's a big weapon they use? It's part of their weapons to score goals. Hassam also agreed and said, no, it's part of their weapons. In that scenario, it's sustainable. But if you're saying Arsenal only rely on set pieces to win, that's when it's not sustainable. But that's factually incorrect. We don't only rely on set pieces to win. That's completely false.
Fair enough. Lorenzo saying, I see a lot of Arsenal fans say set pieces are sustainable, and in the same breath say Haaland scoring alone for City is not sustainable. Yet Haaland did it. Haaland scored a lot of goals for City, and City won a treble. I don't say that Haaland scoring goal is not sustainable. I think as long as he stays fit, he's gonna score goals. Simple. Very simple, Lorenzo. So I disagree with the people that say that. Sam, tell your tall babies to know how to jump.
Actually, we need to know how to defend, which is more important.
That's way more important, guys, than actually know how to jump. Thank you, Berta. All the signing made will play the role in the season. Even Noni will help break that low block, so I'm not worried about how we win games. Osam, I hope your feet are still up. Bro, I don't know.
Hassam's feet has been buried under the ground for weeks now.
It's a tough one.
I have a stream titled "Crisis Meeting" in 40 minutes.
So what feet,
Seems
guys?
like that's the same title
Guys,
every week.
What feet? We need to end
Every
this.
No,
week
it's
it's
not
a
the same
crisis.
title. It was
Wait,
an
who are you
emergency.
playing
Now
against
it's fine.
next? Who are you playing against next?
The
Crystal
biggest
Palace,
plus tomorrow,
Aston Villa,
Habib.
Real
I'm
Madrid,
City.
Palace League Cup. Who cares? Villa where?
How?
Villa, Madrid, Man City.
City.
No,
away.
Villa where? Which ground?
Home,
Okay,
home,
never mind.
Anfield.
Never mind. Yeah, never mind. Okay, I thought it's away. Damn.
Like
A
that
load
helps
of
us
crap
against
every
United.
season. Second half of it, teams open up. We'll see if that happens, guys. We'll see if that happens. AMT. Arsenal been getting bantered for years for not winning the league title. If we win it now, why can't we give it back, bunch of babies? No one said don't give it back.
I think you should give
No
it
one-
back.
Bro, I think you should have the bro.
I gave it
So-
back when we won the first one.
100%. 100%. Osam is rattled. Even Raya was last.
Guys,
was the
this
last
is such a
player.
weak argument. We have to leave this behind. Just because I say something doesn't mean I'm rattled. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, every time that people disagree with people, they say they're rattled. Mo, you don't think players want to win awards? No, I think they want to win the league. I think the Arsenal players are not fucking thinking about individual awards.
Is it fair to say Staffy was rattled today?
He was annoyed because he didn't speak, by the way.
Big up
He wasn't.
Staffy,
He was annoyed because he
yeah,
didn't
which
speak.
is fair. I hear.
By the way,
I hear.
Latif, just to answer you simple, I don't think any Arsenal player is thinking about individual awards. None. Zero.
They already got recognized, unlike that bum Paul Scholes. Anyway, next super chat.
Look at. I'm gonna look at the list. But listen, people. Thank you everyone for joining us. Don Osam, of course. Ashraf talked about. Guys, but before, make sure to check out OK Jersey and use the code JUDGE, guys. Very affordable football shirts. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Crisis meeting on Osam's channel happening in about 14 minutes.
I need
That
to
would
tune in.
absolutely be fantastic and amazing. They're gonna be rattled against each other, you know that. So make sure to check them out. This stream will take you there. And then later we got a brilliant panel on MHF, guys, that actually will get people rattled. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys on Husam's stream. Let's go.